my gosh. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Hey, thanks for being here. This is going to be such an awesome game tonight, you guys. This is something very, very special because we have never done this level of whatever it is that is happening right now. We've never done this before, but it's special for a lot of reasons. I'll let Matt and Alicia talk about our fundraising, but first, if this is your first time here and you see a heart button down below, please click that heart, give us a follow, and you'll get notified when we go live on Twitch. Maybe. Sometimes the button doesn't work, but we hope so. If you like D&D or RPG related memes, give us a follow on Instagram because we're always posting stuff every day over there. Follow us on Twitter at Mates of Fate if you want to get notified when we have giveaways. We've been giving away all kinds of cool stuff lately. You'll get notified when we're doing cool one-shots like this, like Wanderhome. And just to let you guys know, I am going to be doing a charity one-shot next month, March 26th. It's a Saturday night. We're going to have very special guests join us for that one. Our friend Slices and Dices, we're going to have a couple of those players join us for a cyberpunk one-shot, exploring, I don't know, the darkness of humanity. It's going to be super serious and super, super fun. So stay tuned for more information about that. The music tonight. If you like this, I do. I've been playing these albums all week. They're so good. This is an artist called Freshly Sunlit. They were super kind. They're letting us use this music for free, and it's amazing. So if you're digging this, go check them out on freshlysunlit.bandcamp.com. You can download more of their music, make a donation if you want to, just own it yourself. They're also on Twitch, I found out, and they were kind enough to give us a follow. Yeah. So I'll give them a shout out in the chat so you guys can click it. But go follow them on Twitch. They just make music live and you can watch it in real time. They're awesome. So if you watch the VOD of this, Freshly Sunlight, thank you so much. We are loving this.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I think that's me.
If any of you viewers, if any of you like, those like vibe and chill music, or like what Critical Role does with their, Critical Role and Chill or whatever. Freshly Sunlit, they do a lot of music like that. It's awesome.
It's really good.
What was I supposed to talk about?
You were supposed to talk about
the other stuff that we do. So if you like what you see tonight, if you like us and you think we're fun or funny, or you just like looking at a computer screen, check out our 2 ongoing homebrew campaigns. So we try to stream every Thursday and Saturday. Thursdays typically are Songs of Creation, which is Matt's homebrew campaign. Yep. And then on Saturdays, we stream Artima, which is my homebrew campaign. So yeah, come in and check either of those out.
Great.
And I would also like to introduce everybody our very dear friend of ours, special guest for tonight, and huge fan of Redwall, Abigail.
Yay!
I'm so honored to be here, and I'm a huge fan of Redwall, so I hope I can bring a little bit of that flavor to the group tonight. Thank you.
Thanks. Abigail, what are you working on these days?
Currently with my murder mystery company that I run called Who's Clues. Not to be confused with Blue's Clues, which is very common. I am
just as wholesome, but about murder.
But not murder, exactly.
Okay.
I'm currently working on actually I've got a video game visual novel actually that's already up on Amazon, Twitch.io, and Google Play. And so it's a fun little murder mystery game, sort of choose your own adventure kind of thing. And then my big announcement for the night, and hopefully I've got some Who's Clues fans watching because I've been trying to announce it. My big announcement is that I am making a sequel game, and I don't have a delivery date yet for that, but it is coming hopefully before the end of the year. So I'll have more information on my Instagram, on my Facebook, if you want to follow me there at Who's Clues. Oh, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. So tonight I wanted to thank all of you guys for doing this. One, because I know this is our first time trying Wanderhome, which is a big difference from kind of the world of D&D and other games that we've tried in the past. But but also mainly because I wanted to thank you for giving the chance to help support the Michael J. Fox Foundation. I always say it's a cause near and dear to our heart. I mean, if you've ever had a loved one going through Parkinson's, you know that it's hard. So I just want to say, for everyone who's already helped us so far, I mean, we've already raised $137.
156 now.
156. We haven't started yet, so I'm already blown away, guys.
Do we even have to play? We haven't.
Yeah, we had to play. Damn it. But I just want to thank you. It really, really, truly means a lot. So absolutely. Yeah, if you do have the means and you'd like to donate, there's 2 ways that we make convenient for you. You can use the QR code that should be there on the screen, or you can follow the link in the video description. If you're on Twitch, just below the video, you should be able to see a link where it makes it super easy to donate to, again, our charity tonight, the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research. Yeah, right now I believe we've set our goal to $400, so we're hoping we can make that. I'm already blown away. You guys are super generous as is, so thank you again. Last thing we're going to do, just to give you a heads up, Wanderhome is a game by Possum Creek Games, specifically Jay Dragon put it together. It's a wonderful idea. The concept of this game is that it's based on the Red Wall books by Brian Jock. The primary difference being that those books often started off kind of in a gentle, kind, calm time and place. But invariably, they almost always went to, a medieval bloodbath of swords and battles and charging and tally-ho and all that. Which, okay, it's fun in its own right, but they wanted to know, well, what would it be like if you could just stay in that kind of peaceful time forever? The happy times. And that was kind of what they wanted to explore. They wanted to go and see, well, what's it like to go and, sing songs and enjoy banquets with friends and just play games and be with each other. Which I think, if anything, world could use a little bit more peace right now. So I think let's find out, where the journey takes us tonight. Now, let's begin, I think, by setting our scene. Also, it's a long way westward of Mossflower Woods, far from the dark sands that are spreading out from Salamandastron's foreboding peak. And indeed, a lifetime away from the songs and banquet tables of Redwall Abbey itself. We're going to join our friends now, not the beginning, but already in the midst of their journey. Some of you have already ventured long together. The others of you just only recently met, say, over a starry-skied campfire a fortnight past. So, at this point, we now find you an hour after breakfast into your walk along Endless Trail, the winding path that widens and narrows, climbs and curves across valley and through deserts, under mole towns and over otter-filled rivers. There's villages and many pastoral vistas along the way. For some people, some animal folk, the hawks guarding their posts atop the trailside pines and barren willow branches might grant a sense of security, while others might still harbor old fears stemming from conflicts long past, but not forgotten necessarily. Still, by and large, the overwhelming sense among the people you'll meet in this world is that this is a time of peace. Good-hearted mirth, promise, fellowship. So now, even in a world that's filled with good hearts, you're not going to be without problems. And as I think we're going to come to find, but I believe that together we'll learn that we can ease each other's burdens more than we can if we carry our own troubles all alone. At this point, the season of till soil is upon us. It's that time of year when the smell of the frozen dirt thawing is fragrant in a subtle way, sort of like a perfume that only turns your head after its wearer has left the room. It's the sense of warmth coming through the sunlight, almost more so than the actual feeling of warmth just yet, but it's close. You can feel how close it is. Already, you look around as you're walking. There's plenty of work to be done. So
And then we all pause to just reflect on how far we've come already.
Oh no.
Yes.
Twitch also just, I think, crapped out.
Yeah, we've lost 3 of them.
Time.
All right, we'll go to BRB. Oh, hi, everybody.
roll for initiative, guys.
Oh, shit.
All right.
I have these tokens.
Well, you better start throwing them like daggers, all right?
I throw all my
Yeah.
tokens at Kane.
Oh, all right. Kane. So, yeah, we're gonna ditch the fancy pants intro and probably just jump into it. So at this point, you're about a mile or so from any farm or homestead that you've passed on an endless trail. And you're just walking along. Or one of you might be, say, hopping along. Tilly, would you introduce yourself, please?
I'm Tilly Heatherworth. I am a moth tender. Basically, I take my malls along with me, and they deliver letters to all of our neighbors and towns. And we're a little far from home right now, so not a lot of letters to be delivered. But I love this season because I was named after it, Tilly, named after till soil season. So it's my favorite time of year.
Nice.
And yeah.
Lovely. And kind of casting a shadow over you sometimes is a rather formidable figure, largest in the group. Frankie, would you care to introduce yourself?
Frankie Bear, you've all known me. You've all seen me before. How could you miss me? I'm bigger than all of you, frequently and most of the time. Sometimes I lay down, but still, I'm pretty big. I'm very solid. I'm dependable. I'm experienced. I am quite manly. And I am not afraid to tell you what I think. But I try to do it in a kind way, as much as possible. But I am a peddler. I have all sorts of wares and things that people might need all around to survive. I have knickknacks and tchotchkes, the most important, of course, and nails, tools, any kind of smoke you might enjoy. But most importantly is security, and how I provide that, maybe we'll find out later.
All right. And someone else who probably looks very secure in themselves is the frog, who is, kind of walking alongside a mouse. Ash, would you please describe what people see?
Oh, hello, everyone. Yes, I am the mouse. No, I'm the frog. I forgot. I just got here. Give me a second. I'm getting into character. At least I didn't call us mates of plate. Okay. you all see kind of an older frog. She has like yellow-green skin, blood red eyes, but just like not a scary blood red, like a soothing blood red. Like she could just kind of see you and connect with you. She carries this sea blue clay kid teed on her hip, and it looks like her shoulders are just not burdened, but just covered with twine. And from the twine hangs all these wooden crates of different shapes and colors. And they kind of like clatter as she walks, and she's just holding them very lovingly everywhere she goes. And she's just kind of watching the mouse next to her, and they're kind of having a quiet conversation as they go.
Okay. So, Squeakums, if you would.
So Squeakums is a small whitish gray mouse. He doesn't exactly know what he's doing in this group. He's kind of just tagging along because, for one, he doesn't know where else to go, and two, he's kind of come pretty close with the frog. He has a kind of like a black cape that he often hides his ears with the hood, and you get the sense that he's just maybe not being as open as he could be with everyone.
One person who is almost overwhelmingly open is the youngest in the group, the little ragamuffin who's just kind of once in a while picking up a stick, swinging it about like it's a sword, and maybe debating whether or not to give someone a good poke. Maeve, would you?
Maybe Frankie.
Yeah.
He's so big, I don't even know if he would notice it.
I can smell
yeah.
it.
Can you? I think that's an old wives' tale. Anyway, I'm Maeve, and I know lots about the world. I learned most of it from poking it with a stick, which I think is very important. I'm also stained red, kind of like a bloodletter, but not really. But that's mostly from all these berries I just picked, which are delicious. Do you guys want berries? Oh God, I just dropped them. Oh my bad. Oh, they're still good. They're still good. They came from the floor, so I don't think the floor made them any dirtier.
We're forest creatures, so it's like a 30-minute rule when it falls on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm a little.
We still have to call
I'm not
dibs. Is that a
little.
thing?
I mean, they were mine, but if you ask nicely, maybe I'll share them with you. But you have to be nice. Oh God, I just dropped them again.
Maybe stooping down to help her or pick it up is a well, how would you describe yourself?
So maybe in fox years, early 30s, silver fox, walking with you guys, holding a book, and a pen, a quill or a pencil in the other hand, just writing down what he sees in the world. He bends over to kind of help pick up the berries, but he's not really looking at what he's doing as he does this, and he's like picking up a bunch of dirt, grass with the berries as well, and just kind of like hands it back to you without really looking at you, and continues writing in his book, looking out at the world around him.
He's gonna stain his book.
He wipes his hand. He hears you, goes, "Oh, you're right." Wipes his hand on his cardigan.
They're just, yeah.
Wipes the green off. It looks like a well-worn cardigan. Holes and patches here and there.
Now, you guys are definitely wanderers, right? Each of you, maybe just out there kind of looking for home. For some of you, that's a concrete place, a very specific location. For others, maybe it is just about a state of mind. As you are feeling the warmth and promise of Leap this time of year, you're maybe a bit distracted. And except for, I'd say, you, Squeakums, as you notice in the road up ahead, just kind of alone by itself in the dirt, is an acorn cap. Maybe wouldn't be such a big deal, except for the fact that you haven't seen an oak tree in a while, and for the fact that this acorn cap seems to kind of be scuttling along until it stops at the sound of your approach.
Is that acorn cat moving?
Did you find another little friend?
It sort of shakes a little.
Oh.
I pick it up and I just look underneath to see if there's any.
You pick it up and you look underneath, and at that point you see perhaps the smallest hedgehog in existence, hiding.
Oh, don't be scared. Are you lost? Oh.
I give him to the frog. Can you?
He pulls
Little
his
friend.
he pulls the acorn cat back down under his head.
Oh, you don't have to be scared. You're among friends here. I have something for you. And she reaches into her jacket and she pulls out, to anybody else it would look like a toothpick, with a little frill on the end. She says, I have a sword for you. Would you like it to help you feel brave? There you go. Oh, look how ferocious you are. I am very scared. I think you'll be okay. Do you want us to help you find home? Okay. Okay. Here. She has like a million pockets here. There you go. There you go. You let me know when you want to get out. There's also someone else in there. Yeah. That's Aya. You'll like her. Okay.
Pulls the little toothpick sword.
Yeah, okay, no, don't fight her. Don't fight her. Okay. Or do. You know, you're your own person. It's okay.
And you hear, as you continue, you kind of like listen in, giving them some privacy. You hear the tiniest hedgehog and Aya just kind of occasionally squeaking back and forth a little bit to each other.
Yeah. I think they're making friends. Thank you for the donation, Dr. Panda. We love you.
Aw.
Thank you.
Dr.
Thank you.
Panda.
One of us should have been a panda. Come on, guys.
Oh,
That's too bad.
I think, yeah, we're going to have to.
I'll be
All right.
panda by proxy. How's that?
Okay.
I'm kind of a restrictive diet.
So,
So, is that kidnapping? Putting a hedgehog in a box?
He
Went
asked.
willingly. I saw it.
Yeah, he asked. Like he said he wanted to come. He can get
It was
out
consensual.
anytime. I'm gonna leave this
Maybe we
pocket
should
open.
look for its mother. It could be around here instead of just like taking him away.
Do you have a mother? Okay. You just let us know what feels like home, and we'll let you out there. And if you want to stay with us forever, I'm fine with that. Okay, he's fine.
so you just hear like a little bit of squeaking as you like close the pocket.
So do we get the impression that he does not speak common or whatever?
No,
we
you get the
speak?
impression that he understands and is trying to speak with you, but that
Tiny.
it's so small that its voice is so high pitched that you can't. It's unintelligible.
Yeah.
It's all right. I can always find a home for them. It's fine.
So, you press on. The road kind of taking you uphill a good bit, and you pass an occasional farm or homestead here or there, but a while later you come to an open field, and there, off in the distance, lies a body. It looks to be a squirrel or something, probably a lone feral. Likely didn't make it through the winter. Atop a nearby bare tree branch comes swooping down this large, black-winged creature. Drops down on the nearby fence. It looms by far taller than you came. It's certainly a large creature. Kind of the shadow passes over and you see it's a vulture.
Hello. You were passing through, and I was wondering if I could ask you if you would bear witness to the time-honored tradition of my people.
We could always make time for that.
And this vulture said this?
Yeah.
Does your tradition involve you eating?
Yes, it does. But it is harmless, I promise you. In fact, it does good. I would explain.
I think I've heard of this. It's a circle of life.
It is a circle, yes. We do the circle dance in the sky. And it is not, it is less simple than that.
Do well
You
with
see-
the sight of blood.
You don't
I
have to
think
look at
this would
that part.
This would be a great learning experience for me. I think we should all watch this.
I'm not going to watch.
I will not watch. I've seen enough blood in my time.
May I explain?
Please.
Yes.
My people have long believed that there is a circle of souls, that when you die, you are reborn. Not everyone shares this, but we have always believed it. We have thought that anyone who is left alone to die in the field is at risk of being trapped there. Their spirit is at risk of becoming a ghost, one that haunts the fields and byways of the forgotten places. It is not right, so we want to try to help the body move on. And the way we do this, we honor it, we fly in the circle, my brethren and I, to remind it of the cycle of life and death, and life and death. Round and around we fly, and we try at least to do one circle for every year that the sun has moved across the sky for them. We try to honor them, and in the final act, yes, we do try to sever the whatever tethers them to their body, that connection to the prior life, and make sure that in doing so, we are no living thing. True that my people's sustenance depends on something a bit grotesque to some, but we are not predators. We do not kill.
No.
I'm sorry, I don't want to offend. I don't take it personally, but I can't. And Squeakums turns his back.
Kind of, the vulture
Either?
extends a wing and bows.
I can't watch either, but I also don't want there to be any ghosts haunting this road, so carry on. I'm just gonna be over here.
I think we all respect what you have to do, but I'm not sure that we all want to witness the details, if that makes sense with you.
You don't have to stay for that part of the defense, you know. At least stay to watch maybe the circling overhead to honor the person's life.
Circle away.
Should we also circle?
Before you
Yes.
go, good vulture, sir, what is your name, by the way?
I'm Applauso.
Applauso. I am Kane. It is good to meet you. A question for you. So your people believe that through this ritual that you have, you release the souls of the deceased from their shells on this earth, is that right?
We do.
What about bodies of those who you can't perform the ritual for? Because there's got to be many of them.
There are people who are buried in the town, as is the custom of the people of the towns. And for them, we do not judge either. And we believe that because they are at least given the parting graces of loved ones gathering round to celebrate their life, that their spirits move on more easily. Not always. But those who have died alone in the wilderness are often those who have been shunned or turned away. And we believe that no one should be left alone forever.
What of... And Kane kind of looks down at his book and shuts it. And he kind of starts his question before looking up. What of those the many who died in the war decades past? What becomes of them, their bodies in the field?
Well, of them, my brethren, some did not honor the ritual for the ritual's sake, but became gluttonous, and for that I'm sorry. It is true some battlefields remain haunted to this day, I think because of what little honor was given to those who needed it.
We all answer to our nature.
Still, while I cannot give you an answer for your friends, I can at least offer this soul a chance to move on.
The frog is gathering little pebbles and hopping around the body and planting the pebbles in a circle as they talk.
You get a sense that the vulture looks over from the side of the road and smiles.
You need
I will-
not stay for the entire thing, but I appreciate you at least taking a moment to learn of my people and our customs.
I will
Most people
stay.
revile us.
I will watch. If nobody else chooses to, I will catch up with you.
The frog
We'll also stay.
Yeah. The frog finishes putting pebbles around in a circle and then takes Maeve's paw in her little like webbed hand.
It's good that no one should be forgotten.
Yeah.
This the vulture lifts off into the sky, a bit of arduous effort until it reaches a point, probably a good, kind of like looks like almost like it's sizing up the fallen squirrel, trying to guess at how old it was, how long it lived, and then begins a swoop, and you can see it's sort of rising and falling as it winds farther out and back home. And you get the sense of this vulture is truly in tune in a way that kind of hard to explain with the story of this soul's life. Almost as though you could imagine the spirit itself lingering about, flying underneath the, rise and fall of the happiness and sorrows that maybe befell this particular squirrel's life, lifting up the bird and bringing it down in time with each cycle, year over year, circle over circle. Maybe some of you specifically Cave watching, think about how many winters you've weathered over the years, over the fox years, and how many more circles are left. You hope that the vulture would fly high over you if it came to this. More so, you probably hope to be among loved ones at home. The vulture eventually does come to a soft landing, gentle, and has at least some dignity in landing in such a way that its back is to you, so you don't have to see the more gruesome or grotesque aspects of it. The last thing he does is nods graciously towards you. Gives a pause, a breath, and those of you who did not wish to watch turn your heads.
That was beautiful.
So, sorry, the music cut at just the right time.
We need crunching noise. We need crunching noises now.
Oh God!
Better get Sirenscape up.
I feel like I just gained and then lost a token.
Ugh. Yeah, everyone get a token for that. I'm sorry.
That
Everyone
was
gave a
beautiful.
token. All right. And so through all this, Kane is watching, and he's just writing. He's observing and writing down in one of his journals as he observes.
Wiggums wandered off. He wasn't there for even the beginning of the ritual, and he just took a stick and he's drawing kind of like a river or something just in the dirt while he waits for everyone.
Hilly was nauseated by it at first, but his heartfelt discussion kind of brought her around, and she stuck around, but she looked away a little bit when the eating began, but she stayed kind of apprehensively.
Frankie didn't give a damn. He thought it was pretty cool.
Kane shuts his journal and turns to Frankie. Should we? I think Applauso here is done with his ritual. Should we bury the remains? I mean, that is our ritual.
Oh, he's still going.
I was gonna
He's
say,
still going.
I don't know how
you're
much is
sticking
gonna
around
be
for that.
left here. Yeah.
Well, there'd be bones, wouldn't there?
Perhaps, but generally these guys are pretty thorough.
You get the sense, okay, and again, you get, so one thing to bear in mind with Wanderhome is that you don't need to be the hero of every situation. You can just, you know, you don't have to solve everyone's problems, or sometimes just maybe easing a burden, or giving a moment to listen respectfully, or to, you know, have fun. Point is, yeah, like you guys are not adventurers looking, you know, a band of, like, you know, the Mighty Nine or something like that. You're just traveling. That's all. You just happen to be traveling together for this stretch.
So I don't have to smash every clay pot we see.
Or every red barrel.
You know Maeve is.
Well, I mean, that's your MO.
I mean, we could just leave the bones out, and some other animal could come by and do something creative with them. There's no need to put them in the ground. At this point, there's not much nourishment left to come from them, right?
Where are we going next?
So next, you know that the endless trail that you're taking leads you far through the fields and valleys. You're eventually going to come to Firegrass, the swamp named for the long, tall tufts of ragweed that glow with the golden hour every day. You're going to need to find a way to cross that swamp, the marshland, to get to the kind of the coastal region on the opposite side of the shore. From there, the endless trail takes you through more pastoral regions and everything, but eventually leading you closer to, well, there's different places you can go. There's Bucketown or Hardridge, but again, up to you. At this point, the path kind of leads on towards the swamps. So right now, having come over the hill crest, where the field has kind of reached its height, you can now see there's an expansive vista below, sloping downwards gently, to where the kind of hills give way to more marshy land, tall grasses, you know, kind of littered with the occasional forest that sprouts up wherever the land is tall and, you know, high enough to give more solidity, less dampness to the soil. So you can see it looks like there's some kind of a small settlement down there. Yeah.
Should we head towards the settlement?
How does do we also add like parts of what we see and who we meet?
So if you'd like to, between there and yeah, so I do feel like this is a little too railroady right now. So yeah.
Well, it's not. It's just we're all used to D&D, so I
yeah, no, it's fair. Yeah, if you guys want, the whole thing is it's called Wanderhome. So by all means, wander. Take us off the path. You don't have to go that way.
I want to be on the path, but I was just wondering, like, when we get to Firegrass, like,
yeah,
would we contribute things that we see, or
absolutely,
like,
yeah. So the way it should work is you guys, yeah. So yeah, these first two interactions have been very much kind of, you know, things for me, my end. But I'd like to see you, yeah, you guys go ahead and contribute some as well then. So let's say you guys get to Firegrass. Okay, the gentle walk down the hill is a lot easier than the walk up. Your legs are thanking you for it. Almost feels like you're moving a lot faster.
Am I giving anybody a ride?
Yeah.
You're pretty much all a lot smaller than I am, so, you know, maybe, 2% of my mass I probably wouldn't even notice, frankly.
Frankly.
I probably wouldn't even notice, Frankie.
I think on the way to Firegrass, we pass another paddler. it's a small bobcat who has this like plank worth of just broken and damaged goods on his back. And when he approaches Frankie, he suddenly like sizes him up and down and tries to like determine like what Frankie has versus what he has. He's like, oh, well met. What do you have for sale? I'll tell you what.
Hey, well met. And we do the secret handshake that all the peddlers know.
Yes.
It's a couple fist bumps and smacks and all that kind of.
Except for the snakes.
Yeah, well, the snakes are special,
Because they can't really,
It's still got an intricate system.
They do.
Yeah.
More of a tail kind of thing.
The tail does. Yeah, the tail kind of like balls up and.
Yeah. Little curls up and yeah. I forgot to mention my beetle back there who's got all my stuff carried around for me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So behind you is a massive stag beetle, right?
Yes, a huge stag beetle that we don't interact with typically. He's just kind of there.
I just carry mine on back and it hurts all day.
Yeah. He does what he does, and he doesn't ask for much, and we get along just fine. Because he doesn't ask for anything. What? This is not an abusive relationship, I assure you. Mutualism. Yes, of course. We're a symbiotic relationship. So what do you have there, little bobcat friend? I've got all kinds of cool stuff. I got lots of smoke. I got some hammers and nails and tools. And
you want trade? I have bicycle, and you see like just 2 wheels that are punctured and just some rusted metal barely keeping them together.
See, a friend of mine used to ride a bicycle in a show, but it wasn't really a very good situation. I don't think I'm interested in a bicycle.
I've also got a lot of berries. I mean, red dye for trade.
Oh yeah. Check it out. She's got all kinds of cool stuff too. I mean, typically you and I would deal with each other, but whoever's here and whatever, it's fine.
You'd like music? I have instruments.
Oh, what sort of instruments do you have? Are they? What size are they?
He produces like a lute with a snapped neck and no strings on it at all. I have drum if you like, and it's just like looks like it used to be part of a barrel. It doesn't have any way to bang on at all. I have all kinds of treasures. What do you like?
How big? Let's see here. I don't quite have the dexterity for the lute, but the drum might be interesting. Well, I mean, you call it a drum, but maybe we could find some kind of
Actually,
a skin
this
for
is
it.
my favorite. I cannot part. I cannot.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're wasting my time. That's fine. Let's see what
You want French horn? You like to blow things?
French horn sounds interesting. Is it from France?
Just a
I'm not
tin
familiar.
can. Just a tin can.
A tin can.
It's French horn. It makes music.
How long have you been trading?
My entire life. I trade nothing. I get very attached to things and then I cannot trade, but I take your things.
I see. I could be. It's a French horn. You said. Can you show me how to play it? That'd be delightful.
I cannot. It's a family secret.
Maeve has gotten distracted by the berries that have turned into red dye at this point and is now painting like a pictograph of the circle of life on the side of the stag beetle.
Nice.
You know what? He seems to like it. It's fine.
That is very nice.
Interesting. So, the bobcat is still wasting my time. Oh, did I say that out loud? I apologize. Let's see here. Well, let's tell you what. I might be able to use that French horn. Is there anything of interest that I have? I've got this pair of glasses that this fox guy used to wear, but something happened, No?
What happened?
I might have broke their glasses. My bad.
Let's just say I had a scratch, my back itched, I had to rub against a tree, yada, yada, yada. The glasses got broken. So, but I had another pair that seemed to be his prescription miraculously, so we'll just, he's fine with that. But so it's a prescription on them. They might work for you, they might not work for you, but they're kind of shiny. They're fancy, if nothing else.
Okay, I'll take them off your hands. You just you put in paw. I take them.
Okay, yeah. So here's the glasses, and then that's for the French horn.
So nice to meet you. Okay,
wait,
you guys take care. Okay, bye-bye. And he just goes
I think I just got jacked.
So while this is happening, Squeakums kind of tries to obtain the French horn.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, you are rowing in every fight.
I mean, it's Squeakums.
Objective.
They're soulmates. It's Squeakums and Rowan. They're soulmates.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair
They
enough.
connect across planes. Yeah.
The French horn, which is like an empty can of beans.
That's just been smooshed on one end.
I love it.
So I'm gonna use my point to.
You get token? All right. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay.
Did we start, GM? Did we start with tokens at all, or we have to get them as we go?
Yeah, you
Three.
start with
We
three.
started with 3. Okay, so I think most of us have 4 now. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. After watching the thing,
Ceremony.
or honestly, I would say even either way, I'd say that the ceremony was kind of a free because those of you who were strong enough to choose to watch it, sorry, I think that was worth one. And those of you who also, admitted to yourselves that this is not something I can bear to look on. I think you also, yeah. So yeah, I think that was a free, bringing you up to 4 each. So then now you're down to 3 each.
Frank
I gotta tell you
Bear,
guys.
your Mama Bear just made a donation to Michael J. Fox. Thank
Oh,
you,
did
Mama
she?
Bear. I love you.
Thank you.
Sure enough, how about that? That's fantastic.
Oh my God.
So now Squeakums has, I'm assuming it's a life-size soup can. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a barrel
enormous.
to Squeakums, just like holding it like this.
You want to just use this as a little like hideaway or something, I was being polite, but really the Bobcat didn't have anything of interest.
That could be your house. That's
I
nice.
was gonna use it as a way to get across the swamp.
That's
That's
not
a
a bad
really
idea.
good idea.
Yeah.
You can float across? Sure. I guess I can probably just walk, honestly.
Can I ride on your back?
I don't see why not.
Can we all ride on your back?
I suppose so. You're all quite small creatures. I think perhaps my size might be a bit game breaking, but that'll be okay. You guys can all climb on.
I think I will continue to walk.
Okay.
I think I'm probably too big for you.
Yeah, maybe. You're certainly a little too snooty for me, but that's okay. Let's,
Well, that's not
That's
kind.
hurtful, Frankie.
I'm just messing with you. I'm not messing. I'm messing with you. It's fine.
I mostly keep to myself. I got my journals.
Yeah, of course. No disrespect intended. You're fantastic. I love you. Let's keep going.
All right.
This
Back.
time,
Watch out for these
Tilly
damn
has-
bobcats, though.
Tilly has noticed that Maeve has made some really beautiful ink, and since I'm always looking for ways to write more letters, I've been asking if I can borrow some of the ink for some of my letters.
Yeah, sure. And I go to take out my bag, which is just basically poorly stitched together burlap, and honestly just as much is dripping out of the bottom as is contained on the inside of it, because these
God.
once were just berries I was eating. The ink thing was a lie I made up to trade. They are just crushed berries, but they have dried out a little bit, so they probably make a decent ink.
You would be very
Right,
good at being able to
anyway.
write. Yeah, they're perfect for writing past due, final notice.
Let me
Yeah.
just- yeah, do you have a jar? I can just kind of squeeze.
Yeah, I've got some in my bag. If you just want to drip it in there, because I'm out of ink anyway.
Yeah, I'll
So,
just kind of squeeze and then I'll just eat the seeds out. It'll be great.
sounds good. Thank you. I'm gonna get right.
One of your moths, kind of buzzes and everything at sight of that, kind of crawls up on your shoulder.
It's my favorite one. Don't tell the others.
You're
They
allowed
kind of-
to have favorites.
It's super fluffy and it kind of nuzzles against your cheek.
They're kind of like kittens.
Yeah, it's with a little antennae that kind of wiggles.
The best one.
Okay. All right. You start to get down towards the small settlement this side of Firegrass, and you can see there's well, before you can see anything, you hear this loud clattering of metal on metal. No, something. I'm trying to count. You had better listen this time. Clank, clank, clank. And you hear just the metal keeps on banging and banging, kind of obscured by a good bit of the grass and people walking around. Someone else comes by, kind of holding what looks to be a. It looks almost like a trombone, but the it's sort of bent, curved. It's He said it would work. I don't know. He's scratching his head.
What was it supposed to be?
It was supposed to be a trombone.
Oh, it looks lovely.
Well, thank you.
Did you get this from a bobcat?
Yeah, I don't get it either. He said it would.
I'm pretty sure he's been running around selling fraudulent instruments.
Oh God.
And give him the tin can that I have and a spoon that I found as a paddle. Assuming I'm done with it.
Yeah, you can.
Here, try this. You could bang it like a bell, maybe.
The beaver reaches over, takes it. Thank you.
You look like more of a percussive artist anyway.
Kind of gets a spoon, rattles it.
Maybe you could drag it. You could drag it across it with the ridges. See what that does.
There you go. You can fed the jug band.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Then you kind of. Billy, listen to this! And just immediately, and then you hear someone out, like over there. Billy is on the porch, like, "Oh, that down there sounds pretty good." And it starts stomping his foot and everything. He actually picks up what looks like a decent instrument, so like probably self-made, but it looks actually like be probably a decent banjo or something. And he just starts picking. And yeah, it's got a nice beat to it.
An otter
it's upbeat and lively, and an otter joins. Yeah, an otter joins in.
His name is Emmett.
Emmett the otter. Yeah, Emmett Otterton. Pulls up a fiddle and starts playing just this real lively melody on top of it with a nice double stop backbeat going on. And then you see there's a panda with spectacles comes in wearing a white coat, and then well, I got a woman way over town, and just starts belting it out. And yeah, now before long you've got yourself a quartet, and that's perfectly just out of nowhere harmonizing. And Town of Firegrass has suddenly got a lot more life to it. People are gathering around and clapping, and you no longer hear that clattering of metal so much, but it's just the whole entire town just got a bit warmer because of you.
Oh.
So looking for a way across, you can ask one of the locals. Or
Thank you for the donation, Anonymous. We love you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the donation.
Wow.
How deep is this? Is it a river we're crossing? Is it a stream? Is it a bay? What are we looking at?
A robin comes by, like really small. Y'all aren't thinking of just trying to walk across, are you?
We're just trying to. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe how deep is it?
Is it deeper than a bear?
I mean, in parts, it's just not very consistent. So that a lot of the parts you're going to get to are going to be more like quicksand if you try to walk out. High tide, low tide, you better watch out, boy.
Good to know. Good to know.
Is there a guide?
Is there a boat?
A ferry?
Well, not exactly a ferry per se, but if you talk to Mr. Boltonsberry over there, he'd probably be able to help you out. He's an aspiring inventor. Firegrass's own. Well, I better get back to it. Don't want the boss to, dock my pay.
This sounds like
Your pay. Oops, sorry.
Oh, don't worry. We're already talking about unionizing. Ain't a problem. Don't you worry about us. We got things covered. Then Robin flies away.
Norma Robin.
What is it an inventor per se? I guess we could only ask and find out. But boats have been invented, correct? Because I don't know what this could be. Let's go talk to them.
I think we just invented a new instrument.
That's true.
Possibly. Yeah, it's when you make something from other things or maybe even nothing at all to do something.
I'm just wondering why you would invent something to be a boat when boats have already been invented. But
Maybe he's
let's
innovating
find out.
the boat.
Is there could be a better boat out there?
It's perhaps it's about using creative materials that you wouldn't necessarily consider to be good for a boat, but lo and behold, here we are.
Let's find out. Here we go.
Ooh, and maybe a boat that goes underwater, but doesn't sink.
Interesting.
Doesn't
They
leak.
do they have those? Have you?
I don't know.
That sounds amazing. I would love to see one.
Well, if it's underwater, how are you going to see it?
Maybe that's why we haven't seen one.
You can't prove it exists. You can't prove it doesn't exist. It's Schrodinger's boat. All right, let's go.
Who's Schrodinger?
He's just a guy he knows. Don't worry about it.
Guy.
Another guy, you know Schrodinger? He owes me money.
Isn't that petty him?
You tell that cat I see him, he's dead. Don't tell him. He's probably fine.
He's a cat.
Yeah.
I want to meet
That
this
was a
Schrodinger.
joke of the year.
Yeah. I don't know. People either know him or they don't. It's kind of, I'm a little uncertain about the whole. Don't worry. Anyways, maybe he doesn't. Actually, I think he paid up.
Yeah, I mean, if we observe the boat, that will sink it, right? So we gotta.
All right. Sorry.
Why do you have so many weird friends?
Yes.
All right.
Weird is interesting.
We just lost a viewer.
Are they evidently there?
What's the matter? Is all this talking about animals disturbed the animal show that you're watching?
I would like
Wait
to
until I
find
start
the...
dropping my animal facts, then we're goners.
Oh, yeah. Start texting everybody, hey, welcome to Animal Facts.
We have a button for it.
Hey,
I would-
Frankie, did you know we both have one more toe than everyone else?
That's a fantastic
that
number of
neat?
toes to have.
We got 5.
That's optimal.
Yeah. Got one little extra one.
Yeah, I
That
got
is
2 more
good.
spots for rings. We got to find some more.
Yeah. That's why the otter was playing the string instruments. Got that extra finger.
Oh, yeah. They can make the bar chords or something. All right, let's
Yeah.
go.
So.
I would like to find the boat innovator. Yes.
All right, the boat innovator guy.
Oh, innovator.
Yeah, you wander around towards presumably the best guess is that sound of clanking metal. Just past the ramshackle houses and everything and huts around here in town, you find you see a rooster wearing what look like goggles that are kind of on opposite sides of the head. And the rooster is just like taking a very kind of angry look for a moment, and then you see just bashing these bars of metal. I'm corroborated bucket of bolts. I swear I'm gonna melt you down and sell you for scrap. And clank, 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 and then you hear. It works. Oh, it works. All right. Oh, hey, hello. Are you looking for across the one?
Is that a weapon
I'm-
you have built?
Oh, what?
That sounds like sounds we've heard long ago. Is that a weapon?
What? Oh, no, not at all. No, I'd like to introduce you. My name is Thornsberry Boltonberry. This is the Boltonsberry apparatus for long-legged striding. And if you give me just a moment, and then the rooster kind of hops up into this seat. And you can see there's a large platform, large enough for a multitude of people, including yourselves, and even including Frankie, to hop on board behind him. If you would choose to do so, but he's going to first demonstrate it. So,
Watch. I kind of like mumble to the party, like, watch out for these roosters. They can be unpredictably aggressive.
all right, then let's see. We've got here the clutch and everything, and he grabs these levers and just starts yanking them. And before long, you see this large. It almost looks like a jumbled up pile of tent poles and steel struts that soon enough kind of self-rights until it's standing tall. and you realize what he seems to have made is something almost like a mechanical set of heron's legs that stand tall, and as he pulls the levers, cursing and swearing up a storm the entire time, it takes a few steps until the long legs sink down into the water and then into the mud, but still staying well above. All right. What do you think? It looks like it's actually it looks like it's. Are you ready to cross?
I have never seen anything like that.
How do you know it's not going to tip over?
I not know it's going to tip over. With all the questions.
How else
We
must
can find out.
learn?
I think we prefer not
That
to
is a
drown.
great counter argument.
Oh, exactly. Which is why you would probably come with me if you wanted to get across.
Is
Tell you
that
what.
gonna hold the bear?
It can hold a bear. I could hold 2 bears if I wanted to.
Well, good, because I got the stag beetle back here too.
You got a what now?
You can't see it, but it's right back there.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
nothing.
Charlie. He's fine. Don't worry about him. He's good. He's good people.
All right.
Let me
Never
paint
liked-
on him.
Never liked bugs.
You're like Charlie. He's fine. He doesn't say much. He's
Oh no, let me
quiet.
correct myself. I never liked bugs that are bigger than me.
You know what? Don't think about it too much.
Too bitey.
He's not bitey.
No, he's not bitey. He's fine. He's quiet. He keeps to himself. You never even notice him.
Worker. Yeah.
All right. Well, if
Hey,
you
what?
would
Why don't
be
you go
happy,
across and come back, and then just to demonstrate your contraption. How about that?
take some steps. Splash, 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 splash. Goes for almost like looks like it's almost sprinting across. Then even he stands up on one leg to prove it. Carry enough people, carry it better. How's that for you? Hip over.
Let's try something new.
How tall is this contraption?
It's pretty
I'll-
tall. It looks. I mean, it's not quite like a crane in that it's probably about twice as tall. Thick struts, metal, and everything.
So about the height of a bear?
Probably about the height of a bear, maybe like a bear standing up.
Yeah.
But
Of
you would
course.
stay dry on the other side, along with all your wares.
Didn't the beaver mention something about there being quicksand in the water, though?
Did he?
He was trying to dissuade me from crossing on my own, but you know.
Oh.
So I'm a little nervous about that now.
What's the reason why I made it in the first place? You see, at the most, the quicksand goes down probably about a good 6 feet of soft muck, and this is 7 feet tall. So if worse came to worse, we still got a solid footing. Yeah.
If we don't
Could
have
it
faith,
walk
we don't have
still?
anything.
Adjusts goggles and looks at you kind of like side-eyed. Well, what do you say?
The frog
You
jumps
say,
aboard.
should we do it?
All right, my first test pilots. I mean, passengers. I mean, come on. You're like my 5th crossing today.
What?
So if we're your test passengers, is this free?
Sure. Yeah, you're getting the first buyer discount.
I don't like how easily he agreed to that.
This is
But also, I think it'll be fun.
Oh, actually, wait, no, there is something you could do for me. You,
Absolutely.
You already said it was free.
Rabbit, you
Yes.
are a moth tender, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
I've been meaning to send a letter. Would you be able to do that?
Oh, yes, of course. I'll get my moles on it right away.
Wonderful. All right, then.
Take it.
Let's see. And
Is it heavy?
Oh, no, it's just a quick letter. I don't have time. I'll be coming back and forth. I never have time, and I would love to be able to tell my sister about the invention. She works over at Lady Bantam's, and she'll be quite delighted to hear that I am not a failure, as our father said, and I'm actually doing just fine.
Oh, I'd love to. My moles are getting a little out of practice, actually. This has been a long journey, so they need something to do.
Thank you. Finishes, folds up the letter and everything, and then pulls some more of the levers and everything and presses some buttons and come on! It gives it like a good yank, and then suddenly the machine just tilts a bit and then walks over and then lowers down with a little bit of a shake. He gets up, hops in the back, does a little rooster walk, and then uses beak to lift a latch, and then a platform drops down for you guys to embark onto the rear loading platform.
Let's do this.
Right. Should we spread out maybe so that it's not heavy on one side?
I mean,
So all of us on one side and then Frankie on the
Frankie.
I still think that's quite imbalanced. Perhaps I should just stand in the middle.
Or maybe, Frankie, you should just lay
The
down.
stag beetle kind of pushes you out of the way and climbs aboard.
Yeah, of course, Charlie. Of course. See, Charlie knows what's up. I trust him.
Charlie boy. All right. All right. So.
All right, let's go. I'll climb on and I'll oppose my weight to Charlie's.
Okay. You guys all get on. It seems sturdy, honestly. Maybe like a little, it was all the jumpy movements from before, almost because it didn't have anything weighing down the springs and everything. They're expecting there to be some more weight on the back. So if anything, it feels like it's a smoother ride than you were expecting as he, as Boltonsberry lifts you guys up off of the ground. And from here, it's actually kind of pleasant seeing this view of the water kind of rippling underneath these mechanical legs that, gently, for now, take step after step. You can even reach down and touch the, little bits of the ragweed, those tall tufts that were always out of reach for you. You'd see maybe a bird, jump up from time to time, and it looked like it was so soft. You've never been able to feel it until now.
Kane is laying belly down on the platform with his head kind of hanging over the edge of the platform, looking down below with a journal in his left hand and just kind of sketching out what he sees below him.
Tilly's sort of nervous because it's her first waterborne journey, and so she's kind of clutching her moths to her, even though she forgets for a moment that they can fly and they're fine.
Squeakums, what are you doing?
I'm getting on hesitantly. I think I'm probably going to try to just not... I'm going to try to jump on Frankie. Maybe if this thing doesn't work out, he can cushion the fall.
It seems like affection, but it's not.
It's actually, aside from the mechanical noise that's very jarring, it's otherwise a fairly, straightforward crossing. After he gets to a certain point, Boltonsberry has to kind of kick it into high gear, and you come to realize that Frankie would have had a long time of walking and wading across the marsh. You wouldn't have probably been stuck in the cold of the water at sundown and then some, probably not making it across until the early hours of the morning. So this actually ends up being lovely, getting across, and before long, maybe half hour goes by, and then you see that it's not so much marshland anymore, but kind of a flat section to a bay. Reaches out, and then you can see that there's a bit of rocky coastland up ahead on the opposite side. The terrain has changed, and it's less these sort of marshy patches of tall land and sandy, just kind of sections, and more this cliffside terrain stretching out northwards. Beautiful here. Dark gray sands, seagulls that are just swarming down to get at whatever clams and mollusks and oyster shells are, caught up from the tide going out. There's cypresses kind of gnarled and jutting out from the stony outcroppings. Beautiful here in a different way. The rooster lets you down out of the apparatus, and you are so happy to be off of this thing. Like, it was an experience for sure, and it's effective, but he probably needs to oil the joints. Yeah.
That was an experience I will never forget. Thank you for your kindness.
Oh, well, thank you. And here's my letter. If you could just take that and maybe pass it along to my sister. As I said, her name is Sue Ellen, and she is at Lady Bantam's manor.
I'm going to write it down in my new red ink, and it's going to be beautiful.
Perfect. That would be lovely. Thank you so much.
First.
All right, well, I'll get back to... Oh, would you like to cross? And then you see up ahead, there's, someone just like, no, just seeing what the hell all the racket is about.
It's much safer than it looks.
It doesn't look very safe at all.
Well, that's why it's much, much safer than it looks.
Well, a fire is safer than it looks, isn't it, then? So by that logic.
I'd give it a 5-star review. You should try it.
5 out of 10.
No, 5 out of 5. Who ranks things on a 10-point scale?
I've just got, 10 little paws.
Anyone who wants a more granular review.
Unless you only got 4.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. 5 stars out of a 4 star. You know what?
That means it's extra good. Extra star.
Good, thank you. I don't need to cross right now. I'll keep it in mind. Shakes his head and kind of like goes walking down the coast.
Kane turns to Petrona as they're just kind of getting off this mechanical beast. He's got his journal and his pencil out, and he goes, "What was it you said before we got on there? Was it, if you don't have faith, you don't have anything?"
That's right.
That's good.
You have to have faith. Those were dark days we lived through before. You have to keep going. I have something for you, by the way. Were you gonna say something?
I was just. Did you? That was poignant. Did you get that somewhere? Did you?
Where did I get it from?
That phrase.
She shakes her boxes.
It's the only way to live, Kane.
You hear at this point a squeaking.
Oh, hi. Do you want this to be your new home? Oh, I'm sorry. Has Aya been bothering you? She's always trying to steal kisses.
And he's like squeaking, very, very upset.
Okay.
Yep.
Take him out, and I hold him in my hand.
I bet I have to
Being a mouse, is it? Can I understand a little better?
You'd have to try to like listen very closely.
What do you think?
I don't know why I'm really scary. What was all that? No one ever bothered telling me it was so dark in these pockets for so long, and no one ever bothers to tell a little hedgehog about anything at all going on, and it's really upsetting. I don't know where you guys are taking me. Why on earth you think that it's okay that you're doing? What? Are you even listening to me?
Yes. I think that the little hedgehog is upset that you didn't give him a warning before he was jostled.
Oh, I'm
in
so sorry.
Longer words.
You see the hedgehog cross its arms and go.
I am so sorry, little one. Do you want to go back? Do you want to go back to the other village? Or do you want to see what there is to see here? Here. I'll tell you what. You ride up here, and if you want to get down, you just get down, okay? You're in charge of your own destiny.
It looks a lot happier as it's looking out at the ocean. Almost like a little tiny sense of wonder in this tiniest little hedgehog's eyes.
They get such an attitude sometimes.
Do hedgehogs are usually that tiny? He looks pretty tiny to be.
Are beetles usually this big?
It kind of looks.
Good point.
Yeah, Squeakins, as you say this, the hedgehog kind of like looks down, seems very sad.
Oh.
What happened? Did a witch do it?
A witch do it? Oh shit, did a witch do it?
I give him my handkerchief.
All right, I'm
Which
gonna
is
spend a
just-
token.
Which is just huge. It's like you just dropped a circus tent on this hedgehog. Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a token to ease his pain.
How do you do it?
As oddly as it is, because I am so gargantuan compared to him, I get down right in his face. It's just my nose. He's probably like, he could probably fit in my nostril.
You just hear like this, this breath, and he just.
And I just kind of just make a little. I know my mic's gonna cut it off. Just like a pleasant, not a grab, like a sound. Just like a comforting. I take a breath, like.
Okay, and like he's face to face with, floating in front of the sun. Something truly massive and incredible in front
And
of him, and he's just.
And I'll say, quietly, so I don't literally blow him off her shoulder with my breath. Size is relative. Some of us are big and some of us are small, but there's always something bigger and there's always something smaller. It doesn't matter how you got to be this way, and it doesn't matter that you are.
You feel the faintest touch on your nose. You felt snowflakes heavier than that touch. But it's warm. And you feel this that same warmth just rush through you from your heart out, shoulders down to your paws. A feeling of comforting.
I think he calmed down, Frankie. Thank you.
You did good.
Yeah.
The frog will take a minute to take a look around at what the tiny little hedgehog was taking around. Like just a view of the sun over the water and the light and speckling across the waves. And then on the ground, it looks like there's sticks with hand-painted rainbow ribbon that's really faded. Just every 20 or 30 feet. Like commemorative markers or something. And then she notices a carving in a tree that says, "You are gone but not forgotten."
So, Cabe, what do you think it means?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is me asking because again, you guys can contribute stuff to the narrative as far as what little details of what's there.
What do you see there, Petrona? What is?
It looks like they recovered from their place in the battle, I suppose. It looks like they're healing.
Kane gets down on his knees and tears out a piece of paper from his journal and puts it up against the carving and does like a shaded,
Like a rubbing
pencil and shades it, a rubbing. And he takes a moment and kind of just bows his head and kind of just reflects on the moment he's in. Well, I hope their soul is at peace. Just like the vulture said. I hope they are where they need to be. Sure, the war was tough for them, just like it was for many.
We're here now. That's what matters.
What happens to people or to animals that are eaten alive? Do they get to pass on? Since the ritual doesn't take place?
I think the ritual is specific to the individual. I think it depends on how you live your life and what you wanted to believe in while you were here. I don't think anything else can stop you from where you want to go when it's your time.
Maeve, at this point, the grown-ups are having a very serious conversation that's kind of a downer. what are you doing there on the beach to, toss rocks at the ocean or whatever the hell you're doing?
Kind of as they're doing this, I think I'm drawing a lot of like circles and patterns in the sand, kind of about like the stuff we talked about today. Then I think I probably get distracted by a pretty seashell, and I go like look at the seashell, and then I'm like, oh wait, oh my god, there's so many fun rocks here, and I just start chucking rocks.
Soon enough, you grab what
maybe
you think you find a rock, but it's actually like. It's not just a seashell, it's like a full clam.
Oh,
that always feels so good when you find like, oh man, it's yeah.
And we were talking about the circle of life, and like I eat the clam.
You eat the clam?
Yeah, I
Nice.
eat the clam.
Nice.
Yeah, there's no wait a minute, no, I've got a job and a wife and kids. No. No, none of that. No, you
Like
you
I
eat the
know I
clam.
have big teeth, and I know like Kane also has they also have big teeth, and I saw the vulture eat that squirrel today, and I was kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna eat the clam now.
Yeah, no, you eat it, and it's about what you expect. At first, it's like kind of it's kind of got that, that fishy flavor, of course. Of it's a raw clam. It's squishy and slimy, and that briny saltwater flavor to it that is not great, but then it is at least good in that it's some sustenance and you haven't had much of anything all day, and it feels good to eat something. And yeah, you feel kind of, it's refreshing, at least in a strange sort of way that you can't quite put your finger on. Yeah.
Now okay, so I found a clam and I ate it. Now I want to see how many clams I can eat before someone yells at me.
So, yeah, go ahead. How many do you think you can go for before someone yells?
I think like 6 or 7 like good sized clams, and I think I probably start slowing down because I don't know the last time I've had this much protein.
It's the only raw food I like.
For the sake of adding in the dice at least once, you got to 7.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm sorry. We gotta take a quick break.
Yeah, let's take 5. This is probably a good point.
Good
Yeah,
thought
I'm
there
sorry.
is.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. All right.
back. Thank you so much for sticking with us.
Thank you, guys.
Y'all, we have raised $276 for Michael J. Fox Foundation already. You guys are amazing. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Even if you're not donating, we're just glad you're here hanging out because we love you guys. So hopefully it's a nice, like, chill, low stress game to tune in on tonight. If you've had a rough week, hopefully this is a very, like, low pressure group to be in. But we're glad you're here. Let's play some more.
Yeah.
And thanks for running it, Matt. We're loving it.
I'm just thankful you guys are all, in for the ride with me. This is lovely.
Always.
I'm always along for the ride, Matt.
Thanks.
Always.
So, 7 clams in.
Yeah. It's going great.
7 clams in, Maeve. You are doing. You're not even. You're kind of full. Like your belly is kind of like got a little sag to it even at this point. Oh, there's one. It's gotten to the point where you know how to spot them among the seashells. You know what you're looking for, and you go to grab another one, and you hear a voice. Hey, you get away from that.
What?
Leave something for the rest of us.
Aren't there like
You can see
infinite amount of crabs?
a shadow kind of like looming over from one of the nearby rocks. It's a little bigger than you. See a kind of a rugged, rough and tumble looking raccoon come by. It's got one eye. What do you think you're doing, kid?
I'm hungry.
I bet you are. I saw you eat about 6 of them before.
Yeah.
You can't be that hungry, little thing like you.
I'm still growing.
Yeah, I can see you growing.
Yeah. I need lots of clams to get bigger. These things are.
Is your kid?
No one's kid.
Yes.
Well, you're lucky I didn't come up and kick her. We're eating up this whole damn
You're
beach
fast
full of
to kick me?
clams.
You could certainly try.
All right, well, what are you all doing here?
It's been
Making
a
our
long
way.
journey. I think we're getting ready to set up camp. Is this your land?
So to speak. Folks around here call me Scratch.
Gratch, it's good to meet you.
Does something ail you, Scratch?
Ail me. Well, everybody always concerned something ailing me. You feel, so Patrona, as you say this and all that, you kind of get a sense, and you feel this kind of vibration, this thrumming coming from your, clay vessel wherein the nameless one is.
Would you hold something for me, please? Just for a moment.
There's something grosser.
No,
I ain't playing no tricks on me, are
I don't do that.
And hopefully he feels reassured. I take one of
Ian,
the
can you
twines.
refresh my memory what animal you are? Sorry, this NPC.
It's a raccoon.
Thank you, Sargo.
I have a box that can't be opened. And every so often I try, but maybe you could have better luck with it.
And she pulls the twine off her shoulder and pulls off. You see a lot of these boxes are just kind of like gently swaying at her sides. Or some of them holding completely still. As she lifts this one off her shoulders, you guys see it just thrash and shake violently.
This is a friend
what
of
is
mine.
that?
I don't know his name. He's very, very old. And all the other boxes, they let me open them, and we have a relationship. And this one, every time I try to open, he just holds it closed, I think is what he's doing. You understand what it's like. I think he's just been hurt. Will you just hold this box just for a moment, please?
I push it towards the raccoon's paws.
I just feel like you might have something in common.
That thing. Ain't nothing gonna jump out and hurt me, is it?
I don't know what's going to happen, but I promise whatever happens is supposed to.
It's gonna be awesome.
If it helps, I'll hold it with you, okay? Let's just see. Have
reaches
faith.
out his paws. You place the clay vessel in.
Okay.
And clasp your hands, your paws around his. For the moment, there's just nothing. The violent shaking of it stops in the hands. There's a warmth that's almost electric to it. You know, the goosebumps immediately up your arms. And then the lid opens up. And from it, there's this light. It just rises up a bit. It almost looks more like it's sunlight trapped in this little space, this little tiny point in time and space that is just almost like a small black hole, just pulling and warping the light around it, behind it. And then he's looking at it. What the hell? It shoots into his face, and where the missing eye is, you see it open wide, and the light becomes his eye for just a moment. And he's... Oh, God. Oh, God. And just comes to it a moment later, clutching his face.
Are you okay? What's happened? What was that?
Oh, it'd be awesome.
They've both been alone a very long time, I think.
Oh.
A very
That was
long time.
amazing.
He kind of falls back.
Were you carrying his eye in that box the whole time?
I don't know what I was carrying.
He pulls his hand away, and you can see there's an eye that looks flesh and blood, but it's a different color now from the one he had.
How do you
He
feel?
looks around and there's things I've done I never wanted to look back on. I just saw him again. Part of me wants to tell y'all, get the hell out of here.
Fair.
The other part knows I never would have been able to move on. Things I'd done if I never fessed up to myself to seeing them.
Can I ask? What is it that you did?
Did you
Everyone
ever
has
serve?
something.
Get the vibe you and I was on wrong sides of each other.
No, I don't think Kate ever served, did he?
No, but my father did. Did you know him?
It's on the side I think it probably buried him here.
Were you?
They told us to hold the point. We held it. I wish to God I wasn't the last one to live here. Been here ever since. I couldn't move on. Things you do. I suppose part of me feels I ought to thank you, but I can't quite do.
I've done nothing. All you did was open yourself up. And it probably doesn't feel good to hear this, but for good or bad, you'll never be alone again.
He kind of just starts whimpering, just hands in face.
It's okay.
She puts her little web hand on the top of his head.
It's okay. You're where you're supposed to be.
Can I ask you another question? Oh, go ahead. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
I
No,
was just
sorry.
going to ask, is there a loved one that I could carry a letter to for you?
I can't write, read.
Well,
Can
that's
you-
all right. I could write it for
Like-
you.
Yeah. Dear Mel, Bastion, your pa. I know I got no right to come out after all these years. I've been a lost soul. Things I've done, I ain't been able to face up to. I think I see you a little clearly now. This letter reaches you. I know you probably got lives of your own by now, but I'm coming back. You can say whatever you want to say to me when I get there. I deserve every bit of it. I never meant to abandon you. I've been lost all these years. I'm coming home.
And he just kind of, reaches his, paw out into the mud, dirties it up a bit, and then signs with his hand.
The frog will bend over and give him a little peck on the top of his head. And she says,
I don't know if you care about what I think, but the only forgiveness that matters is forgiving yourself.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Non-judgmental. Did you fight on the side of the rats or on our side?
You have to understand those times were hard. It was a rough winter. 2 kids I had to keep fed. Rats threatened to kill, didn't so? Rats it was. The Ravager those days. I'm proud. You'd probably hate me if you want to. I don't care.
Well, I'll tell you what. And what's your name, sir? Sorry, I didn't catch it again.
Call me Scratch.
Scratch, that's right. I have that written down right here. Scratch. My father, he died. Maybe fighting you. I miss him dearly, just as I'm sure your kids miss you, just as you miss them. But I hold no ill will. Look at this. And Kane pulls out 2 of his journals from his satchel and flips them both open in one hand, and just starts flipping through the pages. All these pages, they're full. Do you see that? Every single page.
I don't know. I can't tell you what they mean.
I don't expect you to read it.
Oh,
But all these are people's stories. My father died fighting people like you. But these stories, these aren't just people that were on our side. These are people that were on your side as well.
Okay.
Why'd you bother get our side of the story too? Ain't that going to be a little uncomfortable? Your
Oh,
readers?
sure. Absolutely. Might very well be uncomfortable. But I would hope that if there was somebody on your side that were doing the same as me, that they would want the story of my father. Can I get your story?
Fresh. See that ruin up there? Points to a bit of broken stone. It used to be a tower. Was big. They brought a moose to bring it down. Tell you, never seen something like it. We held it long as we could. That's what they told us. Hold this point, or else you'd be strung up along it. Well, fought like hell. And all sorts. Wild took over me. I don't know what. Lost my eye that day. It was, I don't know, it was thinking of my kids or forgetting my kids, but some just hate took over my heart, and I just kept clawing and fighting and tearing, and God, it was just long. I was all alone, just breathing. The water was black in front of me. It was night, no moon. I was just breathing fast as I could. My heart was just ready to go jump out of my chest and run right clear across that water, I could tell you. And just next day, I couldn't take to the looking around. I tried to forget it ever since. I couldn't go home. I couldn't let them see me. They know. They buried them best I could. Both sides, your folks' people as well as mine. And we found a spot, just an old cave, and just been living there. Just not living, no, just surviving, if even that. Well, I guess it's time I get back to living. Thank you, Frog.
You're welcome. You should be proud of yourself for being open. So many art. You had faith.
Yeah. You, the ragamuffin. Take as many claims as you want. Ain't no one else here gonna bother you for it.
You could have stopped her anyway.
Yeah, I definitely didn't take like 3 more right then.
She's been eating the whole time.
Clam hanging out your mouth as you're saying this, like
in the middle of a eulogy, and you're just quietly trying to crack open a beer can. Yeah. Yep.
Thanks for the permission.
Yeah. So Scratch kind of like nods his head and everything as he walks off. Looks at you, Tilly. Thank you.
Of course. This letter will get where it needs to be.
Nods and walks off. Okay.
I don't think it's ever the wrong time for kindness.
Damn, that's another good one. He scribbles that down. I could see that in cursive on somebody's wall.
And then it oddly switches to Comic Sans and it says orc clams.
I'm putting that on a t-shirt.
Oh god.
Yeah, can we make that into some merch?
Oh my god.
It's never the wrong time for kindness. Or clams.
Same thing with, can we get those wings to go?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have a restaurant at some point with all this
Yeah.
shit on the walls.
Wings to go that you have to eat there.
We don't.
To go to stay.
Yeah.
Little tadpole, do you want to find some driftwood? It's getting late. We could start a fire. How about it, Maeve?
Squeakum's already started putting little twigs down.
I mean, I already found like 7 really cool poking sticks, which I guess we could also use to start a fire. But not these 2. I'm keeping them.
You should never sacrifice anything you hold dear. It's okay.
Nah, these 5 are they're the ones I found first. They're not as good. But I felt bad just throwing them back on the ground.
This is a way that we could honor them.
I did poke like 3 clams out of the ground at them, so they're pretty good still.
Good for you. Build a bonfire.
I've got a little pile going, but it's mostly like tiny little toothpicks compared to Frankie.
I've got my moths kind of helping me like lift like small twiggy branches and take them over.
How many moths do you have?
At the moment, I've got 5, but I've got 2 more that are out delivering letters at the moment. So we'll be back.
Are they like big moths? Are they like
They
tiny
are
moths?
kind of large. They can kind of like perch on my shoulder, almost like a bird, but they're big enough to be kind of snuggly.
Those moths lift. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Moth beans.
So the wood gathering we're doing is mostly symbolic compared to the work that we're leaning on Frankie to do to build a fire. But we're all pitching in.
Okay, we're
got this,
getting the
Frankie.
kindling.
Thanks, Sam.
You gotta start out with the small stuff first.
Actual practical advice. Love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Need like a survival tips, thing that pops up. Yeah. So you guys soon enough gather the necessary kindling and heavier logs and everything, and get to smacking rocks against each other or rubbing sticks or however it is that you're going about it. And before long, there's heat, and before long, the heat turns to smoke, and before long, that smoke is part of a fire that is crackling, and you are desperately trying to feed with more and more driftwood, although the driftwood is a little damp, so you do struggle and find more branches up atop the stony cliffs and bluffs that are on the edge of this coastline.
I'm gonna fill maybe a bucket or maybe a metal helmet that I find on the beach with water and put it on top of the fire and see if we can find any more clams or if they were all eaten already.
It's sparse pickings because somebody had to go and find just about all the clams she could.
No one told me clams were this good.
Maeve's like laying down on the beach, like belly, like half
pretty much.
bloated. Just
I do want to try one cooked though.
You've only ever had them all raw, so yeah. It's gonna be the whole like raw oyster
pretty
versus cooked or
Yeah.
that debate.
The frog sits down next to the fire and realizes one of her tall, slender boxes hanging from her side is now like quivering, like trembling. So you see her open it up, and inside is a tiny family of, maybe you'd recognize them, maybe you wouldn't, but of little tiny gods. And they look like saplings that are a family just kind of intertwined with each other. But they've been completely silent the whole time we've been traveling, but now that they see a fire, they're like shaking with fear. So the frog just kind of takes some time to like reassure them that it's not a fire for them and these things are natural and it doesn't happen. You just hear like quietly talking to them.
On the other side of it, Wick, another one is kind of looking through.
Yeah.
With interest.
You guys see another one of my boxes pop open on its own, and it looks like a candle flame, independent of a candle, is like bouncing around curiously on top of its own little shrine, excited to be near a fire.
Sort of like it's almost like like cat eyes, like just like when they see something they want, just the candle flame just like sort of dilates away. Yeah.
And you realize the frog's been keeping both tiny wooden shrines on opposite sides of her body for a reason.
Yeah.
Hey, Tilly, can I ask you something? Oh, sorry.
No, my bad. Sorry. Go ahead.
What are you looking for? I don't think I ever asked you.
Sorry, who was that to?
To you, Tilly.
To you.
Oh, to me.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a place that feels like home. This sort of turned out into the world kind of early. It was a very large litter of us, and we just kind of were on our own. And I've had good friends, and I've wandered around, and I've met you all, but I would like... My whole life has been mostly travel and sending letters to and fro to people, and there's all this camaraderie between people that are long distance, and it's wonderful, but I want something that's a little closer.
What does home mean to you? Is that a place you could go?
It will become a place that I can go, but even if it's not, I'm okay if it's a person or a feeling.
I hope you find it.
Thanks. Sometimes I get hints of it, but I think when I find it, it's going to be a really big feeling. I think it'll be something cozy, like the fire.
I think so too. I think when you find it, you'll know that you found it.
Thanks.
Kane's like just clearly, you guys see him, he's trying to act nonchalant, but he's like listening and just writing down everything you're saying without trying to be obvious about it, but it's totally obvious.
You never told me that your father served in the war.
It's not something I talk about often. It's
How old were you?
I mean, the war went on, what, 15 years?
But when you lost him, I mean.
I think he died when I was it 13? I was 13.
In fox ears.
In fox years, yes.
Right, of course.
Yeah. He,
So
he started serving when he was, when I was, I don't know, I must have been 6 or 7. He just felt the duty and he went away. I don't talk about him much. I feel guilty sometimes thinking about when he would come home from service, you know, every few months. I was too young to understand about, you know, why he wasn't there and why he didn't want to spend time with me. I remember hiding behind my mom and just ignoring him, why he didn't want to be there. It wasn't until years later where I really understood that he had a sense of duty and responsibility. And there were times, you know, he had a 1-month period when I was 11 or 12, where he came home and I was able to spend time with him. But then he went back to the war, and that was the last we saw of him, unfortunately. So I don't talk about it too often, but I admire the man, and I aim to be whatever he was.
So your writing, is that your way of honoring him, or is that something you do for you?
It's partly honoring him. The war ended around the time I was going to enlist, just to do the same that he did, and I enlisted in the university, studied history and writing. After I graduated, I decided to travel the world and follow his footsteps and gather stories of people. I've been doing this for about 12 years now. I travel the world and gather the stories of anyone, no matter the side they were on, if they were on no side or the other side or our side. And I send those journals back home, and one day I want to open a library full of the stories of the world.
I think that'd be wonderful. Just helping everyone in the world make sure that these things aren't forgotten. I can't imagine anything more noble.
stories of the little people are as important, if not more important, than stories of the war.
That's true. I have something.
Go ahead.
I have something I think you should have, Cade.
She reaches into her satchel and pulls out this very old and battered-looking book.
I've been treasuring this my whole life.
And it looks like a beaten blue leather-bound book. And the title on it says, like, a comprehensive listing of the small forgotten gods. And if you look at the bottom, it says, by L. Renard.
I don't know if this is a relation of yours or if it's a coincidence, but I can't keep this anymore. I've been looking for every single one of them my entire life, and I'm not sure it's true. I think someone wrote this for a reason other than for me to find them, because I don't think they're real. Do you want this?
You see Kane's hands kind of just shaking, and an immediate just kind of tear streamed down his face. Yes, that's my father's book. It's his. Where did you find this?
It was in my village. Maybe your father was passing through. Like I said, I was very small.
Thank you. And his name was Jean-Luc Renard.
That's a beautiful name. I thought you would want to have this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's done.
God damn it.
Sorry, playing the long game with that shit. Oh
You all
god.
thought it was gonna be Carl.
Once Mike started laughing on his own, I knew it was okay if I broke, so I just, all right.
Yep.
He takes the book and
touching story.
One of these days, it's gonna come up with a character where it's like, yes, you killed my father, Leroy Jenkins. Sorry, go on, please.
he takes the book and he carefully places it into his satchel. This is the book he wrote immediately before he went to war. I don't think it ever got widely published. The fact that you have a copy of this means the world to me. Thank you.
I'd love to know what he meant by it someday. If you ever find out, let me know.
Maybe that'll be my next journey.
Good luck.
So, Squeakums, in hearing Kane talking about making sure that no story is forgotten, you can't help but have your thoughts linger on how much you wish some stories could be forgotten. You're lingering on the thought.
Wearily at him, just kind of making silent note to be careful.
You're distracted. The helmet that you find is starting to boil over, splashing water actually down a little bit into the fires. It's starting to dampen. Oh, shoot. Steam rises up. The sapling family in your case kind of breathes a sigh of relief, and the candle.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's no pleasing both of them at the same
Does
time.
anybody have like something I could take this off without burning my paws?
Yep, Frankie,
Like
you might have
sticks?
something.
See, I got all kinds of crap in the back here. Hang on, let me see what I got. I got these kind of, they look like metal gloves. Would that help? I'm not sure.
Oh, are they too big for me? Should you wear them?
You know what? Yeah, you look like you could fit your entirety of yourself in there. That's probably not helpful. Kind of seems like it might actually be like something that would cook you. We don't want to do that now, do we? Let's see here. Yeah. Let me put these mitts on. What you need me to do now, sweetheart?
I just need you to. I'm a man.
Yeah. I would have called you sweetheart anyway. It's irrelevant.
You know, Frankie.
I get.
Yeah.
But I just need you to take the pot off so it doesn't ruin the fire and so we don't overcook the food.
Right. Okay.
I found some mussels and some fiddler crabs. I don't know if they're edible, but they're boiled now, so.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Let me.
I've also been gathering some herbs for a salad, so.
Oh, wonderful.
Delicious. All right. Let me get this off the fire here for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Soon enough, you're able to, kind of get the helmet, and, dump a good bit of the water off, and that so that you have enough that you can kind of strain it, and now it's almost this broth, full with like the herbs and the buttery juice and everything that are just kind of delightful.
This is one of my favorite parts of traveling with you all, if I'm being honest.
The clouds overhead start to part. There's a lovely, sampling of shellfish to be shared. Hopefully none of you have allergies. At any rate.
God, I would hope
we'll
not.
find out.
Allergy check.
Yeah, 7 clams later.
God.
Roll for EpiPen. Okay.
Constitution saving throw.
I'd like to send a token to use an EpiPen.
Yeah.
You said we wouldn't die in this game.
That's going to be $700. Sorry.
Yeah.
You guys.
I've got 4 tokens
yeah.
and 14 clamshells.
But I'm a
roll for
weasel.
affordable.
I'm like a weasel kid. What are you talking about?
My friend Mark, thank you so much for your donation. Just put over the $300 mark.
Holy shit!
I know.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you. We love you.
Mark, thank you.
Mark.
Man. God, I'm happy. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Such a good feeling.
The evening passes with each of you with a full belly and the warmth of the firelight, keeping you feeling cozy, even this close to the water. It's just bright. You're comfortable. You're around people that you trust, that you enjoy one another's company, and a moving long day. You wake up to the sound of the water lapping again. Maybe one of you probably will say, Maeve, you've probably got your foot a little bit too close to the shoreline as the water comes up and starts to lap at you. Hey. And then you see that it's probably time to get up.
Oh God, I gotta pee too now. Oh.
I feel like most of us probably wake up curled up on Frankie Bear's side, using his fur as a
Nice
blanket.
and warm.
But Frankie's big paws are just constantly flapping around and smacking you guys in the night. He's a real restless sleeper.
And I was too full, so I kind of was off to the side, just splayed out, being like, don't touch me.
Doing the selfish starfish.
Yeah. To the point where if you had to sleep on your belly, you probably needed to dig a little round hole for
Yeah,
to fit in. Yeah.
Frankie, man, listen, you got to stop smoking those cigars, bud. You're snoring a ton. It was all night. You can't be sleeping well.
I don't even smoke them. I just like how they feel.
It's an oral comfort for him, I think.
Haven't you noticed it's been the same damn one for 6 weeks?
Does look a little soggy.
They last a while.
Yeah.
You don't smoke them, they last a long time. Try not to go through my own stash.
Your journey for today is going to carry you a little bit longer up the endless trail, which picks up here on this side a little bit off the coast. As you head north, you find it kind of reaches a point where you see the trail pick up off a little cliff adjoining the coastline. You head up it and soon enough find yourself rising up through forest and glen up to the morning light dappling, very much like Mike's background right now, that those volume god rays just kind of pouring through the early morning mist. Bit of dew gathering around the moss and ferns that are here in the valley. There's a bridge up ahead where maybe some of you have heard a tale of a woman whose love left her waiting in a waterfall that grew with her tears. There's a bridge where you know a fable told about a frog who was cheated and tricked by a fox into him carry her wares across the bridge so it wouldn't collapse. There's stories in this valley, stories to be gathered and told. You look excited because
thank you, Blue Bitch Gaming, for the donation. We love you. Thank you for being
thank you.
You're the best.
Oh my god.
Always so close.
Close personal friend of the stream. Always glad to see you.
Thank you. Seriously, you're the most generous person ever. Good God.
Yeah, they are.
So you get to a part where there's a clearing in a field, and there on the side you see a wagon. It's painted in just a multitude of colors. There's purples and greens. There are red and blue diamonds and like a quilted fabric on the side with these lanterns posted on each of the corners of this wagon with silver with golden ribbons dangling down, and painted on the side of it in very garish writing you can see the Arden's fellow players is written, and you can see there is right now a corgi with this kind of black velvet doublet and a Piccadilly lace collar coming out, who is howling, "Woe is me! Oh, woe is me! However shall the show go on? Oh. No, don't clap. It's an absolute travesty. I don't know how we're going to move."
Is that not you tried your best? I thought it sounded like you were trying your best.
Oh, dear.
He certainly enjoyed it.
Prithee, be you fellow thespians of stage and screen?
No.
Well, you are today. I can sense, good sir, that each of you have within you the spark of light that the theater, that the stage calls upon each of you. We need you to fill in for our play, please, very much. Thank you.
I once did a little bit of Shakespeare in the park, but beyond that, it's not.
Well, I can
It's
see
not good.
you could be our stage crew. We need props. We need plenty. If you would prefer to do that, we do have. I have 6 parts. One of you I would need to manage the lighting and the sound, other accoutrements for the performance. I'm the director, if you please.
What's the production? We haven't got.
Oh, the production is the most esteemed triumph of Teresa and Sandra lovers, well known to many in these parts.
Of course,
see.
everyone has heard of it.
Yes.
Famous.
It's a famous tragicomedy in 3 parts, but we really are only doing an excerpt. But I'm afraid that our leading lady, a toad, has warts, and she is a bit stage frightful.
Yeah, you think a frog might be a decent stand-in for a toad?
Yes, one would think. But I would be happy to be of service.
Oh! Not only must the show go on, but so shall the show go on. Gives a triumphant bark.
Wonderful. I'll put this on my gratitude list.
I have one script, unfortunately, that I need you to share with each of you. Now, I have the parts here. Okay, we are going to be performing it in Lady Bantam's manner. It is quite important that we get our lines right. Let's What's
Do you
that?
have a part for the bear? Like anything? I realize I'm quite large. But...
I have 6 parts. One person would need to be the stage crew.
You seem determined to relegate him to stage crew, but he has the spirit of a performer.
Absolutely, I can sense vivacious.
I will do wherever I can be helpful is fine with me.
Oh, the spirit! Yes, I use that, sir.
You've always struck me as one with a toad-like spirit.
Goes and
a toad-like spirit, yes.
You know.
With a sense of urgency, this corgi walks over, towards the back. And you can see his tail is just wagging
just
through
say,
his
his ass has gotta be wagging.
He's happy.
Yeah, he's wearing those like big poofy things with the tights and everything, like, as best you can tell. But yeah, through it, a tail is just like
all his fur tucked in.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now, darling, would you please hand me that? And you see a skunk who's just looks it over. Yes, here we are. It's honestly, the writing is shit. Don't you say that. This is a classic. Well, forgive my partner. She usually hands most of the paperwork. If everyone's a critic.
Yeah,
well,
I'm sure it's fine.
Now, I have a part for Sandra, Queen of the Moorwilds. And again, of course, we're not particular as to the species or gender or race of any of these.
Tilly raises a very hesitant hand. I've always thought that maybe I was meant for the stage.
Yeah.
I think you have a regal quality.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, we've found our Queen of the Moorlands, Lysandra. Perfect. I now have Teresa, her lover. Do I have a Teresa who would be volunteering for the part of Teresa?
This could be hilarious.
Could that be you?
Oh, me?
No, not you.
Oh.
I look to the person putting out the roles.
Oh, I'm the director. Thank you. I'm no stranger to playing this role as part of it. But I would say,
I turn to Squeakums. Squeakums.
I know that I have beautiful fur, but I feel like I have to keep reminding this group that I am a man.
You are a man, but you do have another spirit.
Yes, but I myself am no stranger to playing a woman's part. It is, of course, the tradition. Even let me tell you, in the olden days, it was always quite a kerfluffle whenever a man found out, I'm playing a woman.
Okay, I'll do it. Okay.
I mean, I'm a child, so I feel like maybe you'd probably be a better fit than me.
I have an excellent part for you. We have Barry, the court jester.
Oh, yes.
Not a lot. It's written 2 lines.
No, this is perfect.
2 lines, and that's it.
That was Isabel speaking. That wasn't me speaking.
Now, we have Proximo, the royal advisor.
Yeah.
I think that might be up my alley, perhaps. Hopefully you'll actually be sending some lines over here.
Yes, I do have only the one script, so you'll have to fend among yourselves. And then we have Sir Walter, the brave, Lysandra's brother, hero of the play, so many have said.
Suppose that could be me. Not
Very good.
say I'm brave, just...
Now,
You have
that
a heroic
leaves...
spirit.
That
Look
does
how
leave...
happy he is.
We have one other part, and that is, of course, our villain, Zalizeb, the wicked rat assassin.
We're out of players, I'm afraid.
That's
It will have to be
ridiculous. There's
you.
no possible way I could revise a script if we'd like. Oh, well, I can play the rat or one of the other parts if anyone has a preference. I do love playing a tyrant.
If I'm being honest, since I went first, I've now forgotten what mine is. Could you tell me again?
I believe... All right, raise your hand if you are Lysandra, Queen of the Moorwilds. I've forgotten it myself, forgive me. Yes, it would be you, our fair queen, yes. Teresa, her lover. Actually, I believe that was...
Those
Oh, was that you? Squeakums is your name. Very
Yes.
good. Right, we have Lysandra, we have our Teresa, we have Proximo, the royal advisor, unmistakable you, sir.
Of course it's me. Of course you know it's me.
Yes, so Walter, Lysandra's brother, is you, good sir. Barry, our court jester. And Zalzib, I suppose I shall take that part. Very good. And that leaves, well, Mildred. Yes.
I'm sorry, dear, but I believe you're going to have to manage the stage.
Do I really have...
Yes, we've got our parts filled, however. We don't have to worry about those hacks from the East Circus Company trying to...
Okay. Very good. Oh. How's serendipitous? Yes. I can tell that the spirit of theatre is alive tonight with all of you. Now, our parts are... Oh, do you have the script handy? What? The script? I thought you had it. I don't have it on me. I thought you had it. Oh, dear God. Oh, God. I've got a cast. No script. You have any idea how embarrassing this is? All right. We're going to have to figure this out. I promise you, I will get you a script as soon as I can. It might be moments before the play, so we will see how this goes. I apologize. Normally, we would have time for a dress rehearsal. Oh, God. And then
I'm excited.
He goes and like knocks in the back and like ducks his head and everything, and his tail is just stiff, straight, not wagging at all. He stamps his feet as you hear a mumble. I don't know. We did find it right away. I don't know. Okay. Just a moment. You hear a bark or two, and then he just... Okay, we're quite sure that Lady Bantam has a copy of the writings of Von Plubius on Veliston. So we're going to try and see if we can borrow a copy for the performance that she is paying us to put on.
I mean, if we can, I think we all know cheaper by the dozen, and we could do that.
Sure.
That's lovely. That's actually quite true. No! No, we've made a commitment to perform this as an elegant play for her lady and lord.
We also know 12 Angry Minnows.
Oh, that's a classic. I absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I mean, just really, truly, the very nature of beast against beast and so many. No.
Kane's personal favorite, the pajama game. That's always fun as well.
She's requested. It was her late husband's. First husband's favorite, so she requested specifically this tragic comedy to be performed in his honor. At any rate, we should get going. If you'd like to, we have plenty of room on the wagon for you to climb aboard, except for your stag beetle, who I think can keep pace. Shall we?
Don't worry about Charlie, he's good.
Yes. I am pleased to declare that all of you are officially honorary members of the Society of Arden's Fellow Players. Cheers. Thank you.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness
Lucky
gracious.
us.
Cheers. And he, gets on board the wagon, his tail wagging this, old thespian. And you begin riding out. Soon enough, leads up the road towards this long expanse of farmland. You can see that the tilled fields are full of just sprouting grass, just starting to try and edge its way up through the soil. Beautiful place. The fence line goes on, same kind of fence for miles, and you realize, oh my God, that's all one estate. Soon enough, you come to the actual manor house proper. Fine home. Grand stone walls and a barn off to one side that's closed off, but impressive. Beautiful birch trees lining the drive, and you can see that there's just plenty of open space here, and you swear you can hear like a wind chimes. Pleasant. It's absolutely beautiful here. There's a stage being set up, and you can actually see that they're putting out bales of hay and straw, and almost looks like they're trying to put together some sort of a dance floor, raking away bits of leaves and everything, and trying to, smooth it out. And at this, the corgi hops off of the wagon as soon as he parks and sets its mooring, patting the stag beetle, dragging it, rubbing it along the face as he, ties its reins to. Well, right here. Oh, good. She gets out, stretches, and the skunk kind of walks off. You can see people give her a bit of a wide berth at glance, like, oh god. Soon enough, you see there's an otter standing at the porch in a beautiful silk dress. Beside her, you see an unlikely partner, a heron, standing tall with kind of a book at his side and, long flowing collar. Looks like religious attire, like a member of the clergy almost, but perhaps not. Maeve, you're kind of maybe following behind as the rest of the players are following, the corgi up towards the house proper. And kind of interrupting you specifically, you see one otter drop down, upside down, hanging from a tree branch. Looks you in the eye.
Oh, hey there. What are you doing here?
And then another one pops down right next to it, upside down as well.
Hey, do you want to play? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. She's probably not cool enough to play with us.
I mean, I'm in a play. That's pretty cool.
I think
And I
she's really
ate
cool.
like 9 clams yesterday.
You would. Well, what?
Seems low.
9? That's a lot. Well, one time I ate like 12. But, I mean, it's cool or whatever.
Were they like river clams or were they like ocean clams,
Oh, the chef made them. Shut up. Joe, come on. I mean, I had more clams than you. I think that's the point. Is I did more. You know what? Forget it. I was gonna ask if you wanted to be part of the butt kicker squad, but you're probably not cool enough to be in that.
How many butts has your squad kicked?
We kick like so many butts all the time.
Like
there
more
was
than
this
4?
time. Yeah, like every day.
That does
They
sound
kind of like
pretty cool.
turn upside down and plop down, so they're standing up talking to you now. I think we should let her in. Shut up. No, we should let her in the clubhouse. I mean, yeah, we're thinking we're such cool members of the butt kicker squad, but if you wanted to, we thought maybe, it'd be cool if we let other people try and prove themselves too. So if you wanted to, you could do it, but you probably won't be able to.
No, I'm definitely interested. Do you guys have advancement options? Could I, in theory, become the leader of the butts kicker squad if I kick enough butts? Like,
Well, no, I'm the leader.
10?
Shut up. She seems cool. Shut up. Maybe we'll see if you can even get in the first place.
All right, fair enough. I like a good challenge.
Well, for your first test, oh, that's good. Yeah, we know what you're gonna do. For your first test, we have a clubhouse. We're not allowed back. I mean, we haven't been back in there for a while, but you could open the door for us. If you open the door, then
What, like locks from the inside or something?
yeah. I mean, if you got mom keeps. I mean, the key is on top of the china cupboard in the kitchen. Thank you. I got it, Joe. God. There's a key. It's on top of the china cupboard in the kitchen. You just have to go and get it, and then you can use that to open the lock on the door, and you open the door. And that's all you have to do. And then that would prove that you were, I don't know, cool enough to maybe be considered to be part of the butt kicker squad.
Tadpole, you don't have to do anything you don't want.
Oh, you guys are already walking. All right, no, you guys have shared control of the narrative. I was gonna say this is like it's stuff, but yeah, you can be there too.
No. The frog always keeps an eye out for her.
Yeah. All right.
Duly noted. This has been added as a side quest.
Yeah.
With like an asterisk next to it. Like I'm deeply interested in this, but also
Kane's writing this down in his book as one of his stories, but it's like a choose your own adventure story. So she could do this, but she could do this.
I don't know. You know what? Think over it. If you have a chance, maybe get the key, and then you open the door to the clubhouse, and maybe you could be part of the club if you thought you were maybe cool enough to be part of the butt kicker squad. But I doubt it.
Squeakum is currently burning down the play stage, so we don't have to do a play.
And yeah.
I want to know Squeakum's story. That Kane wants to know Squeakum's story.
So yeah.
Don't we all?
So at this point, they kind of say, "Well, you know what to do. Key's on top of the china cupboard. Please, I really want someone else to be in the club with us, and you seem nice. Bye."
bye.
We walk off and everything, and you see little Joe kind of try and catch up to the other otter and reach up to hold it, hold her hand, and she smacks it away. Like, stop that! God. It's just, she reaches up again and fine, holds her hand.
The frog notices that her tiny shrine that holds the wick is starting to swing of its own accord in a certain direction. So she looks at the direction it's swinging and sees smoke coming from up ahead. The frog says to herself,
I think I need to find Squeakums.
Weekends, what are you doing?
Oh wait, we were serious about this.
Are you serious, or you're just kind of looking at a fire, thinking about it? What are you doing?
Thinking about it real hard.
Hard enough that a god of flame is like, yeah. Going full.
If it were to happen just randomly by accident,
I love the idea.
probably wouldn't stop it.
Whoopsie daisies. Smack, lantern, fire, death. Good. Right.
But no, he's just staring at the stage, envisioning it engulfed in flame, and then kind of wondering what the heck is he doing, putting a wig on. Not quite sure.
Okay, at this point, yeah, you get to the stage. All right, so the sun is starting to get a little bit lower as it's been a long journey from the coastline to here. It's maybe about, mid-afternoon, but still early in the year. And early enough that it's, darker earlier. There are people here. There are enough props and costumes from prior productions that there are some of the members of the household who are here. There's a shrew who comes by. And, oh, good. All right. Let's get you into the costume. Come on. You get on here. Come on. What are you wearing? Which part are you? Are you going to be Teresa? Are you going to be Zanz? No. Oh, all right. And let's see. Where? Oh, goodness. Where is our Sir Walter? We have to get you armored up and everything. Oh, goodness gracious. This is the worst production I've ever been on. It's almost like you've never acted before. There's a lot of you.
How strange.
Yeah.
Did we tell them now or tell them later?
Let's not tell them. Let's just let them see if they get their money's worth.
That's the right tactic, yeah.
There's other people starting to shuffle in. You see a magpie coming down, looking considerately at one of the other, guests' scarves, thinking maybe sizing it up as though he might steal it. You see a pair of groundhogs kind of like, I don't know what you think about it. We've seen this play before. I don't know why we have to see it again. But it's a romantic, and just going on and on. A sizable crowd is actually shuffling in, and you have this sudden anxiety of, oh god, what to do.
It's like when we stream.
Yeah. Yeah. They're starting to hand you a bunch of they're starting to get you guys dressed, and you can see that there is a newt who is coming by and putting powder on your face, Tilly. There is also a small vole who comes up on a little stool to try and put a little bit of gloss on your ears, and little kind of gold wreath with bits of Queen Anne's lace. It's lovely. Yes.
So nervous.
Each of you takes your turn in makeup and costuming, and before long, you look at each other and you look when they see you, Frankie, and they say, "Are you?" There's a badger's like, "Are you kidding me? We ain't got a costume big enough for a goddamn bear. I don't know what you want me to do. I can't."
Why do I gotta be a goddamn bear? Why can't I
Oh,
just
I'm
be a
sorry. You
regular
know,
bear?
you're a bear. What do you want me to do? I got a costume. They told me to expect somebody who was like, I don't know, a chipmunk.
He brought
Listen,
us
I got like scripted here, buddy. What do you want from me? I'm here doing you guys a favor. Now you give me crap to being who I am.
Listen, everybody is so
he brought a
freaking
birthday
professional.
suit.
And the badger storms off, and at this point, the corgi kind of like walks by. Well,
Don't blame me. Listen, you needed some bodies for this thing, and here I am, and now I'm getting crap for being a bear.
I apologize most sincerely for any shortcomings. Listen,
I thought badgers didn't give a shit. So what is this?
what this is just, it's theater. The dramatic enters every single aspect of it, I assure you. Don't worry. You're doing fabulously, Frankie. Fabulously, and I cannot wait.
I'll be in my trailer.
You'll be a divine proximate, I'm sure. Yes. Yes, your trailer. Wait, trailer? Yeah, so.
It's gaming.
As soon as I find
For cheering.
Oh,
Starting
yeah.
a hype train. Holy smokes. Thank you.
Thank you. Right, so at this point, soon enough, you see Mildred, the skunk, coming back from the manor house, where you can see the otter and heron are kind of approaching. They come backstage. Soon enough, you see Lady Bantam. Well, it's an honor to meet all of you. I'm quite pleased that you're going to be performing this production. It was, of course, my late husband's favorite. The heron looks down. Yes, I've never seen it, but I've always had great things from you. Yes, dear. Well, have you been performing it long? I truly hope that. Yes, of course. Lady Bantam, these are seasoned professionals who have, of course, had every opportunity. In fact, some of them have written. I believe Kane here is a writer who has written probably a thesis on this very play. Yes? Kane, haven't you written something of a criticism on the subject matter of this play, yes?
Jingling my jester bells.
Oh, and we have a marvelous Barry. It's a small part, but it's such a good one. Yes. Well, at any rate, do you have that copy? I'm so sorry. It was the script we had was lost. Fell into a puddle and it was ruined. And she smiles. Not a problem. And hands over the script. Thank you. Well, we'll be ready to go on in about 5 minutes. So, and then he turns around and everything and looks a bit panicked. I'm sorry. I tried the best I could, but we have to go on quite immediately. So, here's the script. Prepare, everyone. It's going to be curtains up in 5 minutes. It's only one scene that we wish to do. It's the climax of the play, and here we are. Here is the script. Learn your parts immediately. Everyone remember who's who? Good. Here we go. And if you look in the chat, there is your
I'm desperately waiting for something to come in the chat.
Oh God, I'm so nervous. I thought
I'm ready to go.
There you go.
I'm ready to go
Everyone-
off book.
All right.
I don't
Soon
actually
enough.
think I got a part, so I'm good.
Same.
What?
No, you're the.
I know I'm
you're
the brother.
queen.
What's the brother's name?
You are Sir Walter. Okay.
And
I'm
Proximo
Sandra.
is the royal advisor.
Yes, you are the Proxima, the royal advisor.
With a pencil and a pad, I figured it out.
I don't think my name appears.
Get away from
Which one are you?
I'm Sandra.
You're Lysandra.
Lysandra.
Oh, I missed
Lysandra.
that. My
You're
bad.
the star, baby.
Lysandra. Yeah.
What is my name as the jester?
You are Barry. It's only 2 lines.
Ah, perfect.
Great. Okay.
Let me work on my.
I shall be the.
Work on my vocal exercises.
All right. Ready. Curtains up.
Egad, the hornet's nest has fallen.
Forsooth, good Proximo, a quarrelsome quandary shall we quell.
Wait, she cut out a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I said Lysandra, my love.
Fear not, Theresa, whereupon the moon doth shineth, so too shall thine visage illuminateth the dark clouds that doth darken the skies of all our morrow's suffering.
Hurry not, my queen. Our foes pursue us.
Teresa! Teresa!
Lysandra, how shall I find you?
You shall find me, Teresa, where the grapevines never wither, where the dewy blades shine as bright as lemon peels under the orange moons of high harvest tide.
I'm shot with an arrow.
Words. Dies.
My love.
Proximo. Proximo.
We didn't get that far yet.
It is I.
Yeah.
Your nemesis Salazar the Conqueror. I shall take your love and break the bloodline of the Strongtooth clan.
Never!
Clang, 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 clang. A sword fight ensues.
I am slain!
It's so hype that we did. It's perfect. At this point, Sir Walter enters.
And God, scoundrel.
Sir Walter! No, you're dead.
Dead? Me? Never. That's what you'll be, fool.
Abigail, you're cutting out.
Oh, I didn't catch it, Abby.
Try it again. Brother!
Taste steel, mouse! Hi-ya! Clang, 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 clang. And to think I never learned how to read.
Oh.
Teresa! Teresa!
I said how brave.
It's stopping it summing you up.
I said how brave. I said how brave.
Twas Proximo and Barry who were brave.
Let us do them honor for their sacrifice.
Here, here.
Here.
Still live. Oh, Barry!
Oh wait, I'm supposed to be dead. My fault.
Everyone rises up, grabs hands, and bows.
This legit could be its own stream. We should absolutely
Bravo.
take well-known
Bravo.
plays, well-known productions, and just fucking slay them like
Just butcher them.
God.
genius.
Wow.
And this,
Look out,
there
Critical
is-
Role. Here comes some new actors in town.
I even did it without an understudy. That's how confident I am in my abilities.
I liked your combat work. Your footwork was really good.
I mean, besides the
extra
fact that I had the
emphasis
size
on
of
the clang, clang.
Oh yeah, the clangs are important. You
Yeah,
have
the
to add
clang's
the
real
clangs.
good. You gotta say them.
You're a Foley artist in this
I
business.
forgot I have my sword right here. Damn it! It's it's wet.
So at this point, there's uproarious applause and a little bit of laughter. At that, you come out again. People yell like, "Uncle, bravo!" and just everyone is standing ovation. Really fantastic. Lady Bantam smiles and approaches you backstage afterwards. Well, I've never seen the tragicomedy of Lysandra and Teresa performed quite like that, but honestly, that's the best I've seen. Really, most enjoyable. Thank you. You're all, of course, welcome to enjoy the banquet we have prepared back at our manor. If you would, of course, do me the honor.
Sounds lovely.
Thank you for the raid, murder hobos and choker bros. I'm so glad to have you guys here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my god. So,
I almost wish I changed my accent and just played it straight. Like, just. The cowards! Never!
No.
Egads, the hornet's nest has fallen!
That was so good. Oh my god. All right. So at this point, other acts go on stage. There's a band playing, and you can hear it sounds like someone getting a spoon and raking it across an old metal can, and soon enough a banjo picks up. He sounds familiar. Anyways, before long, you walk away as a panda starts crooning in the background, and head up to the manor house. There, to try and just kind of like work off the after show buzz of it. There's plenty of people milling about. So,
Have any of you ever been in a play before? That was wonderful.
Wouldn't you tell?
I've been in recitals before, but never a play.
What kind of recitals, Squeakums?
I have my fiddle. I used to be able to play a lot more, but I think I only remember maybe the lullaby that my dad used to sing to us, but...
Will you play it for us sometime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Encore?
Sometime. I will.
Corky comes up to you guys, holding a glass of wine and everything, looking already a little bit sloshed.
Oh my.
Well, let me tell you all what a rave this has been. Everyone is absolutely smitten with all of you as players. We could take this on the road if you'd want to. Anyway, marvelous, all things considered. I mean, the production quality and everything being what it was. I'm sorry, Proximo, they didn't have anything quite in your size. Oh! Sandy! Sandy, yes. Sandy, get over here, you. It's been years. And he goes and abandons you to go off to another circle of people.
Well,
this is that guy really annoying.
He's certainly not what I expected to find this morning. But it's kind of nice when you go in a direction you weren't expecting.
What direction are you expecting?
I try not to. What direction are you expecting?
I can't even tell anymore. I just follow one foot after the next. Maybe someday I'll find somebody or some place that I feel home with.
You don't have to get to someday. You just have to get through the next 24 hours. And we'll be with you, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Let's find some cheese.
Yes.
While the grown-ups are having their deep talk, I'm gonna sneak off and find that key.
Okay, it's easy enough. Probably spend a token to say that you're able to sneak up and grab it. All right.
And I don't even want to do anything with it. I just want to save it until tomorrow so I can chuck it at them as I walk away and be like.
So, and to be clear, the test wasn't just to get the key. The test was whether you could get the key and open the door with it. right. Okay. So, you go up, you wait in the kitchen and everything. Maybe wait a moment. See a cream puff on the counter. Grab it.
Yeah, definitely.
And then while, as soon as they kind of like walk out of the kitchen and everything, you shake a little bit. Smile. And then you scamper up on top of what you think is the china cupboard they're talking about. And then soon enough, surely, yeah, there's a key. You grab it. Got it. You've got a key. Key to the barn. Where their clubhouse is. That you could probably ransack if you wanted to now.
That would be pretty cool.
Anyways, you have a key.
I'll keep it up for now.
So.
And I'll rejoin the party to avoid suspicion. I just had to pee.
No one asked, but okay.
What, you guys don't share all your bodily functions? Is that not cool when you grow up?
All I know is like Frankie prefers the woods, but we try not to ask.
Oh God. Yep.
I've been on the road for 12 years. What do you think has to happen?
Yes, I do.
That's canon. Because I said it.
Soon enough, there's a pop, pop from outside. The light through the windows is dazzling. Sparks of magenta and green from the sky. Magical, amazing. And for a moment, you step out, each of you, and amidst the buzz of conversation, the smoke coming down, ash raining from the fireworks that have actually been set for the occasion. A couple things. I'd say that Tilly, you come across a particular hen who is there in the kitchen, hurrying about, trying to grab, one thing after another, and your moth kind of nibbles at the side of your neck for a second. You're ow, and then you remember you have a particular letter from a particular rooster.
Oh, I have a letter for you. Here, I almost forgot. You've got to, yeah, you're the person I've been looking for. I'm sorry, I just
This is from my deadly brother. All right, let's see what he has to say.
Yeah.
Not a failure, all that. Oh, I believe it when I see it. All right, tell Dad said so. Yep. Also, you were right. He said I was right. Oh, you just made my day. I'm gonna hang that up and frame it. Yeah, I've got a lot to do, but thank you, dear.
Oh, you're welcome. Glad to help.
She goes off. Your moth, nuzzles against you again. You feel warm and cuddly and cozy. It goes from one side of your neck down to the other. Wings flapping.
Yeah. Help her. She looks busy though. Maybe she needs a hand in the kitchen.
Yeah, you can give anyone a hand.
Okay.
Really. So yeah, you start to give people a hand in the kitchen, carrying out platter and plate, setting out cups and everything on a long banquet table that's been set out with long tablecloths. Kane, you kind of maybe lean back against a tree as all this is going on, just taking it in. The smiles, the milling about of people. There's all walks here.
Kane writes a poem about the thrum of the voices, where Kane can't exactly hear any one conversation happening. It just sounds like a thrum of voices permeating the air, and he writes a poem about that.
And it's inspiring. It's hitting out to that whole theme of the whole being more than the sum of its parts. And you see otters, you see hens and blackbirds, magpies, badgers, and beavers. You see a bear who's still trying to hawk some of his goods. You see rats and other foxes, and even a wolf standing alone on the opposite end of the party. You see all walks, all kinds of people here. Think of your father, the war that was fought, the book that has a weight now in your pocket. You've got a lot of reading to do. Still a lot of learning about who the man was. But you can see what he fought for. You smile to see that it was worth it. Or was it? Selfishly, wish there was a way it could have been without what it cost him. Patrona, you as well kind of not linger off to the side, but you mill about, sort of clinking as you go along, smiling from circle to circle throughout this party. Just feeling the buzz and call of conversation to conversation. Happy tidings from person to person. People who, notice you and recognize you and kind of like lean out of the conversation they're having to say, excellent performance. That is really something. Bravo, madam. That was really, truly, it was.
Nothing gets spied.
And after a while, it feels like in the midst of conversation, the sort of whirling dervish almost way of milling about and being a part of it, and you feel this sort of elastic joy coming out of you, emanating. And it's in that moment that you start to feel that same sort of thrum that Kane is witnessing. You feel it. And for a moment, maybe you're the only person who can see it in the smoke cast from the fireworks up above, but you could swear you see something flitting above like a firefly. Almost like another small, forgotten god. Lingering just up, like a wish blowing in the wind. You can just reach up and catch, if you choose to.
The frog quietly gets down on her knees and opens up the now empty shrine that her angry nameless god has since vacated. And she puts a little soft grass in it to make it look inviting. And then she just kind of puts her hands together and looks up at it.
Amidst the glow of the firework, again, another pop. The dark light illuminates. One of the sparks goes. It's one of those massive fireworks that sort of trickles down with a slow golden ember. One of the embers seems to light upon this point that you had noticed and swirl around it, very similar to light caught in a black hole. And with that, it floats down gently as a fish swimming down a stream into the shrine. And within it, you pick up the shrine, you open up the lid, and you hear the sound of laughter.
You are already home, and you will never be forgotten.
And close the box and start wrapping twine around it.
Everyone, dinner is served. You hear as people immediately, oh, it's about time, my God! And a pair of hogs, brush past to try and get over. And
hey, take it easy, fellas. Jeez.
Kind of snorting at you.
This is gonna be the Red Wall Feast scene, and I'm so excited I can't sit still.
Oh, and yeah, coming up from the from the stage and everything, you see a familiar-looking band who's picking up their second set, a fiddle and a guitar added, in company to the other performers. They start playing a tune. It's joyful and jolly and just damn right upbeat. As much as hungry as everyone is, you still almost want to get up and dance. It's so lively. Squeakums, you recognize it as one your dad taught you to play. You think about the fiddle you have that you carry with you. And part of you wishes you could just get up and play that song again, but playing something so happy now just reminds you of what you left behind. What you feel you can never really go back to, no matter how much you wish you could.
I think I still take my fiddle out and kind of play it along with them softly, but not next to them, just off in a corner by myself.
It's a marvelous accompaniment. You play it polyphonious and it's harmonious. It's an exquisite rendition, a solo better than the person on stage is even doing. Because yours is played with feeling. Maybe a tear comes to you in that moon-filled night. Song ends. Wipe your eyes, kind of like dry out your whiskers. You think back to what drove you away from home. Eating at you. You don't need to be alone, you feel.
Man, I just shake my head and think, trying to get some resolve again and say, no, it was worth it. And I put my fiddle away when the song's done.
You'll have a price to pay. You head back towards the banquet. Tilly, you note that there's a lot more food on your plate for having helped out, as the staff kind of has taken a warm liking to you and everything. And as they do dote upon everyone, but you especially so, with a great bit of a smile and a warmth to them. Oh, it's lovely, the meal that's set out on the table. Crackle puff pastry filled with honey butter. Got cinnamon roasted pear spirals with praline crumble oozing out of the slices. Hearty wooden tankards brimming over with frothy dizzy root cider. Roasted blossom root petals with golden sauce on the side.
Stop. Don't stop.
No?
Too late.
I'm not even halfway through, bitches.
Don't stop. Say it slower.
Oh. There on a cedar
say
plank.
it softly.
Getting weird, but
Whisper sweet nothings into my hungry ears.
Hey, baby. No. Next thing you know,
Tell me more about the honey butter.
So much honey butter filled inside of the pastry goodness, flaky tufts of
the
flour
flakes.
and crunch.
Oh, such flakes.
Soft and good. So good.
it's good.
I'm gonna have a heart attack on screen. We just lost 2 viewers.
Goddamn right.
It's so flaky.
So, next course they bring out the main is pepper crusted trout with peat smoked garlic and lemon flour garnish. There's piping hot cheese stuffed squash blossoms, pan fried and sizzling on your plates. And then, just when you think you can't handle anymore, comes dessert. Oh god, there's melon brittle candy crisps. There's vanilla cream rolls and sarsaparilla puffs.
So hungry.
There is everything your hearts and more importantly your bellies could desire. Belly's full, thirst quenched. It's a fine, warm night. All of you are wandering home. Guys, I had an absolute blast playing with you guys.
That was awesome.
Awesome.
This is really, really good.
I'm hungry.
So good.
I'm so glad I strategically ordered food 45 minutes ago because it showed up 7 minutes ago. I'm like, yes.
That's perfect.
I
Goodness.
think I got some donuts in the kitchen.
Yep, specifically for this purpose. Yeah.
The little pear spirals with the praline. I was like, ah, shit, that sounds delicious.
We don't
Yeah.
have to one-shot this, do we? We can play this again. We can keep going on little adventures like this together, can't we?
I was literally just thinking like 20 minutes ago, like I want to explore this a little bit more.
Ew.
I want to
Yeah.
do this again. This was great.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it. This was fun. And honestly, I'd like to let you guys take control a little bit more next time. I don't feel like I need to have
We're all learning
so
through
much
the
control over
system.
the ring.
I
Yeah.
had a blast.
Right,
Before
yours,
we say goodbye, Abigail, can you tell us one more time what you're working on for anyone who wasn't here at the very beginning for your intro? Can you let us know?
Hear it. Hear it.
So, thanks. I have a visual novel video game that is sort of like a choose your own adventure kind of type murder mystery, and that's available on Amazon.com, itch.io, and Google Play. And my big announcement for anyone who missed it earlier is that I'm actually working on a sequel to that. So that will be coming out sometime this year. I don't have a direct date on that, but the faster I can code, the faster it'll come out. So
What's the game called again?
that one is called, well, the first one is called Murder at Chateau de Rouge, and the second one is going to be called Return to Chateau de Rouge. So in the first one, a group of friends have gathered to mourn a lost loved one, and then sort of a murder is kind of like unraveled, and it's up to them to figure out which one of them, in a closed circuit kind of situation, has committed the murder. And the sequel, they'll be returning to the same location, and it's not a murder this time, but they have to find a lost treasure. So
Awesome.
it's a lot of fun.
And they can follow you at Who's Clues, is that correct? If they want to look you up on socials?
Who's Clues, it's who's_clues on Instagram, and just Who's Clues on Facebook. And then my website is who'sclues.com.
WHOSE. So not who's with apostrophe like who is, but who's
Right.
possessive.
Yes.
That's
It
right.
was so awesome having you with us. Thank you for playing.
I love playing
That was
with
awesome.
you.
Yeah.
It's an honor to
Awesome.
play with you guys.
I hope we get to see Tilly again.
You know,
Yeah.
chat, you guys are incredible.
Yeah.
I know we always say
My
this, but we
God,
love
guys.
having you here. Thank you for being here, going on
fun.
this cute little adventure with us. You guys, we raised $326 for Michael J. Fox Foundation tonight.
Awesome.
Awesome job.
Give
so
yourselves
proud
a
of us.
round of
Lucas,
applause.
thank you.
So proud
Everyone-
of us. Thank you for pitching in,
God.
everybody.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Such a good feeling. It's such a good feeling.
Amazing.
It's completely satisfying. Yeah.
it's an important
heart's-
cause to the group, so thank you very much, sincerely.
Yeah, like, my heart is aglow. Seriously.
Yeah.
means so much.
Freshly Sunlit, the artist that's been doing this incredible music you've been hearing all night, you can follow them on Twitch, Freshly Sunlit, or check out their Bandcamp. And they actually checked in for a little bit tonight, so we really appreciate. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but thank you so much for this incredible music. We loved it. So
Really, like, it helped
Matt?
set the tone, the vibe, and everything was
Yeah.
perfect.
Chill
Guys,
vibes. Yeah.
thank you for the journey,
I
Matt.
will
This
be
is-
falling
this is
asleep
great.
to this music later.
Thank
It
you.
will be great.
Is that it?
Love you guys.
Time to say goodbye.
all right. Yeah.
Love you guys. Thanks for being
goodbye.
here.
Not good guy. Good lord. And we'll see you around next.
We'll see you Thursday for Songs of Creation.
Yeah, we'll see you then. Thursday.
Frankie shall return.
Bye, everybody.
Oh gosh. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
That is not a promise. That is a threat.
That's like the Marvel credit end scene. Like,
Guarantee.
Yeah.
oh man.
Tune in this